I would assume input. Yeah.
All right, I'm doing input right now.
Great start, so good.
All right, this one right here. All right, they might be able to hear me right now. I don't know if they can or what the deal is, but
I hear it.
can you? All right, wait. Can you hear yourselves too or no?
Can you hear us now? Oh, I hear it now. I can hear it. I heard voice.
Wait, can we hear Hamza or is it just my voice? Or can
Hello?
we?
Can they hear us?
Can you hear everybody else or?
Yo.
Yeah.
Got my shit.
Is it good or?
They might be able to hear me. Or what the deal is.
You guys, wait, hold on.
Oh, this is a great start off, man. It's a great start off to the podcast.
It's all good,
Legendary. Amazing. This is how you know we've been a podcast for years.
Wait, I can't see anybody now. What the fuck?
The bigger podcast should really be scared of us, honestly.
Oh, no. We on the come up right now, fam.
First of all, Rice Gum can't beat me.
I bet we got a new. All right, can you hear us now or what's the deal? Like,
Can you hear everyone?
Yeah, can you hear us? Like,
or is it just me? Like, because somebody said that they can hear me now.
Hear us?
And how come I can't access everybody on here? Like, what the fuck?
I think we're good. I think they can hear. Yeah, we're good. Everyone's saying.
Oh, it's Selena. Hey.
Wait. Everybody could hear everybody, not just me, right?
We good? Yeah.
I can hear everybody.
Wait, everybody go one by one to see if they could hear us, right?
Yeah, everybody comment right now. So,
They can hear us.
Yeah, Selena's saying they can hear us. All right. Hey, we out here.
yeah, boy. You see,
Right.
light work. We got this shit crack-a-lackin' smacking, boy.
Are we redoing our introduction right now?
All right, we're definitely gonna redo it in 1 second though. Hold on, let me go back to the Skype call. All right, everybody, what is up?
Yeah,
My
let's
name is
finish.
Antonio de Jesus Villalobos. You already know, future DiCaprio, but I'm gonna be better than DiCaprio. So what's up, everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Follow me at
Hi,
Antonio
everybody.
Jesus
My name is
Villalobos.
Hamza Chaudhry, certified hype beast. You know, entrepreneur up in here, future filmmaker. You already know how it is. Gang up in here. You already know. Brand that Supreme. Got my Supreme stickers up in here. You already know.
What's up, everybody? I'm Jordy Ottenwalder, future model of Hollister, future entrepreneur, future whatever you want me to be. I'm just chill, and I'm chilling with my boys here.
Vic, you want to go? Dave, you want to go first?
Oh, yeah.
I
Hey, everybody, I'm Victor. I'm like the chillest one here. You already know. I'm future video game design and okay, so I'm future video game design. I'm gonna be a future millionaire. You already know. Stay with that positivity vibes.
Positive always.
Yeah.
All right, the next one, Cuddy.
All right. Hey, you want to go, Save?
Sure. I'm Savion Drayton. I'm just cute.
Oh shit, ladies, he's single. He's ready to mingle, and he wants that Pringle. Get ready.
All right.
Um,
I'm at the guitar set, future musician. Oh my God, future vocalist for the band. I don't know what else. I'm gonna make it big. You're gonna see me on stage soon, people. Get
You
ready
already
for that
know.
shit.
alrighty.
All about that metal, fam. All about that metal.
All right, guys.
Also,
you-
call me Poppy Shampoo.
Oh, man. All right, guys. So let's all advertise our Instagram accounts once more, since now they can hear us.
Oh wait, we shouting out Instagram account?
Yeah, let's
word?
redo that
Oh, wait,
again.
say less. I'm gonna do what Savy was doing.
Guys, if
Hold
you
on.
want your Instagram account, if you want it shouted out, make sure you share. Make sure
My
you
shit
post
cute,
this on
so, like,
Instagram,
already
and comment that you want to shout out, and we'll shout you out in a bit.
Yeah, right
Guys,
there, fam.
everybody follow me, Antonio Jesus Villalobos. You already know. Look at that. Oh.
Hey, Rob, I know you're watching. Oi!
Oi, sandwich! That's my boy. Totoy thing is life, boy. All right, guys. All right, let's get this going. So, first of all, first topic.
You guys could.
Wait, what?
We did Instagram.
Go ahead, do yours.
Follow me now, right now.
We're so
It's all good. It's all good. That's what makes it great.
About, fellas. Coordination. We have none of it.
I think we got a lot of it. I don't know.
We got none of it. What do you want about?
Alright, my Instagram is Otten_Jordy, OTTEN_JORDY.
And did Victor advertise his?
The toothbrush. I already know. Supreme.
Alright, guys.
y'all. Go
Let's
follow.
get this started, bro. What's our
Wait,
first topic?
wait, hold on. Victor's
what's our
telling
first
his.
topic?
Victor's telling his first.
Tony, decide what's our first topic.
All right, guys. Let's jump on music first. So let's get into this. So, let's just talk about music.
Sadie, lead us off with music, bro.
All right, Savvy.
So about music, I want to say first of all that I like how there's a whole bunch of new white people coming into the rap game right now, like Little Dicky, Logic spinning for a while. I found out this new rapper called NF. I love his shit.
Mm-hmm.
Intro
You got Posty doing his thing.
Too, like I think that Lil Xan kid, he's white.
I hear he's good.
Not Pump. Lil Peep, I think his name was.
Yeah, rest in peace.
R.I.P. Cuz. But
you know who's really good?
Who?
Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh,
yeah.
I remember.
Really good.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first found out who he was, I forgot what WrestleMania it was, but he was performing on it.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if you remember it though.
Yeah,
This is like when The Rock returned. Yeah, it was that happened.
I really fucks with his shit.
Uh-huh.
That's true. I seen Machine Gun Kelly live actually with Limp Bizkit. He was pretty decent. He was. I tried to get into his music multiple times. I don't know, man.
We all know how you love your rock music, all right? We all know, man.
Damn right.
I mean, rock's good.
Yeah,
I mess with all music, man. The only thing I'm not too big into is country.
I think right now, like there's a mixture between like rock and rap right now. With people
Well, yeah, you got Uzi. He wants to work with Manson.
X, Ski Mask, stuff like that.
That's been around forever. That got popular around.
Yeah, you guys know who Steven is. He introduced me to this guy named Scarlord. I think his name was Steve. If you're in the chat, just if I'm wrong, correct me for that. Mm-hmm. But like, his shit's pretty lit. Like, that nigga has style. Like, he's working out pretty good. I think he's from the UK or something.
Oh.
What's his name? Scarlord?
Yeah, Scarlord.
Nah, to be honest, up and coming artist, Big Shaq, guys. Big Shaq.
Big Shaq. Man's not hot.
This is my boy right there.
Yo, he's funny.
Man's best rapper in the game right now. Easily.
Man's international fan.
Yo,
shout out to Island Records. You already know.
Yo, what do you guys? What do you guys think about G-Eazy?
Scarlord, he's he's kind of ugly. Well, the mask.
You heard?
To tell you the truth, I would love to find out a little bit more about the XXX situation that's going on right now.
Wait, I was gonna ask you guys. Yo, I was gonna say, what do you guys think about G-Eazy? You guys fuck with him?
I used to fuck with him heavy. Like,
yeah,
I mess with him.
Yeah, he just came out with a new album. I was
songs
listening to some of it.
Logic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty good.
He did a tour with Logic, actually. I think it was called the Never Ending Summer Tour or something.
Yeah.
My boy Alex, he went to it.
Yeah, I like G-Eazy. I think isn't Eminem dropping something else soon? Like new?
He recently dropped.
He just dropped that album.
How was it? You guys listening to it?
It's called The Revival. Mm-hmm. It's not as good as his older stuff. It could have been better. I was kind of disappointed with it. There's like one good song that I liked.
Yeah. I heard that from a lot of people. Like a lot of hardcore Eminem fans. They're like, "Oh, it was good. It's Eminem. We will love it." But like,
right.
He's not in his prime anymore. That's that's the easiest way to put it in.
I mean, the dude's like 50?
Yeah, that's not.
He's 47.
The thing is,
he's old. No, he's not 27. He's old. He's old. Eminem is old.
Right.
I said he's 47.
He was supposed to show his viewpoints of society nowadays,
Yeah.
He wasn't expecting it to be my new best album, It's not supposed to be this is a hit song. It's supposed to supposed to spread a message,
See, I feel like a lot of artists have been trying to do that recently, ever since Logic busted out Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
After that, Logic really started up a spark of people really speaking their mind on how everything is being. Vic, when me and you went to the concert, that's when Joey Badass, he was playing. I forgot the name of the album, but it's all about what's going on in America. He has, My People. That's an amazing song. He's talking about the show, but Minority. That's great. X, he came out with 17. a bunch of songs about like his personal life, helping people out with anxiety, depression, stuff like that.
That's why I he's always going in to help people that have like depression, have suicidal thoughts,
bro. It's coming to our heart.
But to be honest, Eminem has always spoken his mind. Doesn't matter what.
Oh yeah,
doesn't matter how
he always has.
Yeah.
No, Eminem's the GOAT, man. He's my favorite rapper, hands down. Always has been, man.
I thought Kendrick
remember
was.
when.
Nah, get out of here, bro.
I remember.
Nah, Kendrick's good though. I fuck with him.
And one of the songs was talking about the government while Bush was running it, and in this new album, he was talking about Trump also on one of his songs.
Yeah.
Like he's not. I mean, he talks about his life, but he likes to talk about what's happening in America and stuff, and how we need to change.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. Definitely Eminem. Like, dude, I could have a playlist of a shit ton of different artists, and I maybe have like 1 or 2 songs from each. Then Eminem have like 30 of them bitches just stacked up. Like he just has endless songs.
I personally think he's the best rapper ever.
Ever?
To me,
That's a bold statement.
I would
That's a
agree.
bold
I would
statement
agree.
right there.
I would agree with that.
He's up there with Pac.
I agree with you, Jordy. I heavily agree with that.
I'm not. I don't really listen to him as much, but I respect him because I know. I don't listen to him as much, but I respect that statement because he is really good.
Yeah.
I want to see he's the best of all time. I know it's opinion, but
Yeah, it's all opinion based, man.
Yeah, man.
Like a lot of people over here like, oh, like Tupac, he was the greatest rapper to ever like tell it.
Yeah,
like,
for example,
it's like there's somebody out there saying, oh, like Designer's the best rapper out there.
No one.
Yeah, you'll have someone. You'll have some motherfucker out there be like, Panda's the shit.
Out there saying that Designer's the greatest.
In my opinion, then I'd say probably Tupac is, in my opinion, the best rapper of all time because of like what he started
That's
and
respectable.
what he left behind, and like what his music spreads and like message behind it and all that.
Tupac influenced a lot of average, like normal daily.
Yeah, like he really backed up the African American.
All right, so like your thoughts on like these new upcoming rappers, like who just blew up out of nowhere? Like I'm talking about like Cardi B, that Catch Me Outside girl. I think her name's like Bad Barbie, something like that.
I don't fuck with her.
I mean, Bad B, I don't know, bro.
I don't know. As far as Cardi B, man, I think she's like in the middle. Like I feel like she's just like a new Minaj. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Something
I
brand.
like her voice though.
Yeah. Yo, did you guys listen to that song with Ozuna? It's like a Spanish song, and she actually sings and not just raps. Like it's actually she's got a pretty
really
good voice.
good. I personally, you have to understand Spanish to see where I'm coming with this.
Right.
But I personally think it sounds better singing in Spanish than she does in English.
No, yeah, I agree. She definitely got a great
I feel you
singing
on that.
voice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cup of tea at the moment.
I don't really know what to say to the. I don't really. I mean,
All right.
Yo, Ann, what about you? Like, you're big into the rock scene. Let us know about what's going on over there.
Yeah.
You really big on that? We want to hear what's going on that side too.
all right. Well, let's see. This is band that's been around since like 2013. Cane Hill, very good band. They're like a new metal band, and they're putting out their second full-length studio album in January 19th, the same day of Mice and Men, and they're also going on tour with a Mice and Men. And this other band, Fire from the Gods, they're like a new metal band. I think you guys might get into them if you look them up.
Right.
I always thought like metal bands had like the best names ever. Most like you get in your entire life.
Yeah, metal. I feel like
it's a great name.
I feel like metal and rock, as much as like rap has emotion in it, I feel like metal and rock have a little more emotion and like I don't even know, like emotion value to it. It's just they've been.
My thing is that like it depends on the artist.
Yeah.
It really depends on the artist. How he puts like his words into his music.
Right. Yeah. Not every.
I was to heavy metal and all that. As long as you're not like just screaming in my ear.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Like not every hip hop artist is just gonna just talk about the club.
Gladville Bride or something like that. I can't stand them because the niggas are always screaming in your ear. I'll listen to any other rock band. If you're screaming in my ear, I can't deal with that. I'm sorry.
I'm not a fan of Black Sabbath.
I personally
very good. Like Suicide
personally
Squad.
don't.
Yeah, no.
don't
Back in
like
8th grade,
rock
I heard like a couple of songs that they were pretty good.
I mean, like I fuck with Linkin Park.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
Linkin
yeah.
Park, everybody loves.
Pretty much.
My old anime videos with some Linkin Park going on.
Linkin Park, Linkin Park's first three albums were phenomenal. After that, they started going a little more pop. And I started getting it because I wasn't a fan of that selling out kind of thing.
Right.
They wanted to go in a different direction, but I mean, they were kind of,
I mean, hey, like whatever gets them to where they want to be, good for them, huh?
like no disrespect. I love Linkin Park, but I just didn't like how they went to that pop. I think
Didn't actually the lead singer Chester, didn't he pass away like a month ago?
Nah, he killed himself.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Mr. June or something like
Nah,
that.
Anthony, you know what I think it is? They may have sold out. I don't know. We could never know. But what if that was part of their plan? What if they were like, oh, we're not really feeling this type of
I saw the
music
chat
anymore.
right now.
Let's switch up.
You guys.
You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, that's what they wanted to do. They weren't really like, I guess, feeling it, but like, you can't just do that to a bunch of fans. Like you grew up liking what they created, that new metal rap style that got them big, and then you guys just completely start getting softer. Like, I don't mind, as long as it's rock and softer. I mean, there are other albums besides that were good, but their new album, One More Light, it was all right. It was decent.
Mm-hmm.
Something I like is
there's a couple of songs on it I like, but then there's a couple songs that I just thought were too poppy, too cheesy for Linkin Park. Linkin Park could come up with so much more. I mean, no disrespect to Chester, R.I.P. But I mean, like,
I heard he passed away.
Yeah.
But they could have did something better, in my opinion. The new album, at least, they could have been a little heavier.
A bunch of rock bands I used to mess with a lot, like back in the day. I would say, I think their name was Seether.
Yeah, I love Seether, bro. That's the shit.
I used to listen to that.
I love Seether. I love Skillet, Breaking Benjamin, 3 Days of Grace, all that shit. Those are good bands.
One old band I still listen to this day is the Gorillas.
Oh yeah, that shit's good.
They're pretty good. Not bad.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger, I used to be really into like early 2000 punk.
Yeah.
Solely because of like Tony Hawk games would have them constantly blasting, and I loved them. Like shout out to the old Tony Hawk games, bro. Those are too lit.
Like 182, Sum 41.
Dude, I'm personally, as far as rock comes into, like, I don't know how many of you.
Green Day.
I don't know how many of you like 80s, like for example, like 80s rock, like Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Pink Floyd, Twisted Sister, all that type of shit. That's like my main type of, like, when I listen to rock, that's usually what it is. But I'm also open to like a whole bunch of new shit too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just gonna be a certain time period.
Old style, like Aerosmith.
Aerosmith, Metallica.
That's the shit I like. Who else?
Like the glam metal and the thrash metal of the 80s was like kind of a war thing. It's like you're either thrash or you're glam. And glam metal, like as much as I like the Motley Crues and the Van Halen,
the Guns N' Roses and shit.
The Guns N' Roses, all that. I consider Guns N' Roses. I mean, they're a little glam, but I consider them more like hard rock. But like that shit was just kind of, it was just a little cheesy, man. I still like it. I still listen to it. Yeah. I mean, like I grew up pretty close to my parents, but it was just. I mean, the spandex, the long curly hair.
I mean, it's the 80s. Come on now.
I'll give them one thing. They got all the bitches. They did.
Yeah.
So fucking girls.
That's true.
But like,
hey, believe me. They pulled them.
We got.
Fucking Quiet.
Testament.
Fucking Quiet Riot. I like them. They're good.
Yeah, Quiet Riot's good. I like them.
A Kiss. You can't forget Kiss. That's an amazing band right there.
Metallica got some good shirt designs to me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what? This is another thing. I hate people that wear fucking bands and they think it's a clothes brand. Are you kidding me? Like, that's a band.
It's like, yo, it's Aeropostale. No, bitch, it's Metallica.
The band.
Yeah.
The band. I don't know.
But the one thing is though. That's also merch. That gives the band more money. So if you think about it, that helps out the band.
Oh, because they don't get it. Yeah. And like H&M and stores like that, they design the shirts. Mm-hmm. Like it's not the bands they're not getting it from the band's website. They're getting it from like other stores.
Yeah, but the H&M probably has a contract or something with the band because they can't use it. Without
they can't use it, but they do. I know they do. Especially with Marilyn Manson.
The chat's popping, fellas. The chat's popping. Hey.
I know. I checked that, bro. That shit's popping.
Justin Bieber made a shirt of Marilyn Manson's one of his tours that It was like from the '90s. It was like the Bigger Than Satan shirt. It had Justin Bieber on the front, and that was a big thing. And Marilyn Manson was like, you can't do that shit.
Yeah.
Is it true about Marilyn Manson that he doesn't have like a rib cage anymore?
I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure he does.
Okay, I heard rumors.
I heard about that. I just haven't.
I heard rumors that he removed his rib cage so he could suck his own dick.
No.
I'm just telling you what I hear.
No more STD.
Yo me retiro, güey.
I mean, like,
I heard about
that be humanly possible, being able to, like, you know, take out your own rib cage and still be alive. Like, I feel like you actually need a rib cage.
I mean, with the right price, I guess you could do whatever.
Hey, I wonder how science got up to us.
We're on the topic of Manson. The new album's pretty solid, and if you get a chance, go see him on tour. He's a fucking insane, crazy bastard, and I suggest go seeing him. I've seen him with Mice Men Open. I've seen it with John, actually, if you're watching the chat. Mice Men Open, and Slipknot was headlining, and Manson was second headliner. And that was a good show. That was it wasn't the last show at Austin, but it was the last of many shows with Austin, because he left the band because he has like morphine syndrome or something like that. He's trying to get better and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mice Men's new album comes out January 19th. It's pretty good so far. I suggest you go check it out. But anyway,
yo, just send me a link to it later. I'll check it out.
I don't know if you guys remember who Jeff Hardy is, but he
Oh,
actually has
yeah.
a band of his own. Yeah. Jeff Hardy, he has a band of his own, and they're actually pretty good. I forgot their name. Steven's actually one who actually, like, he told me about. I forgot who it was. Somebody in this like chat right here was there with me.
Yeah.
I forgot. I know. I listened to the band. They're good. I forgot the name. It's like Ever something, I think.
Now I gotta look it up. Oh, okay. Now I gotta look it up.
Well, anyway, hold on. So the tour of Mice and Men was that and Slipknot. That was great. Mice and Men open, kicked ass, loved it. And then Marilyn Manson came on, insane, still kicked out ass. And then when Slipknot came on, shit got real. Crowd came in, pits everywhere. People, one of their songs, Spit It Out. They always do a thing where everyone gets down and jumps up.
Herox Y Gen.
That's like what you showed us on video, right? That shit was wild.
Yeah, man. Spit It Out came on. He told everyone to get the fuck down. Everyone did. And then you just see everyone in the crowd jumping up at the same time. It was insane.
That shit's crazy. I'm gonna put it on for the podcast to see, yo.
Yeah. Look up what
guys. I want to ask you guys, what do you guys think of country music?
All right,
I personally don't like it, but I respect that you like it.
One artist I do like from country is, I think his name is Philip Phillips. He's really good. I really enjoy his music.
So yeah.
There's Kid Rock. Kid Rock was good. Kid Rock was good.
Wait, Anthony.
Kid Rock's new metal stuff was good. I like that, but it's country.
Anthony, what's the name of the mosh pit things that you were talking about?
I listened to it before, Hamza. What did you say, Tony?
What's the name of the spinning something?
Slipknot, Spit It Out.
I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One of the songs,
jump up or some shit.
One of the artists, one of the country artists, Luke Bryan. I'm not sure if you guys know about him or are familiar with him. He just recently made America's Top album for one country.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's really doing well right now. In terms, I understand people don't really listen to country up north, but it's pretty big around the whole U.S.
Right.
Yeah.
It's probably the biggest genre.
I never know.
There's a lot of people on VHS that actually enjoy it. Like Brandon, he enjoys country.
Yeah,
I think he was at a country
Mr.
concert a
Fascioli.
while back ago. Now, what do you guys think of like the whole pop section?
The whole pop section, I don't really listen to a lot of it.
Pop, like, you know.
Oh,
don't get started with shit, Hamza.
It's cool.
I don't really like the current pop.
It's kind of it's old already, man.
There's only one person I like that's like in the whole hip hop like pop type of genre. His name is John Bellion. I know a couple of you guys know about him. John Bellion. Like he's kind of he started off doing like popish type songs when he was first starting. If you didn't know, he actually you know the song Monster that Eminem and Rihanna did?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's the guy who wrote the song. And after that he started transitioning more onto hip hop, and he's easily one of the most underrated artists like in the game right now. And it just gets me mad. Like he just doesn't have the recognition, but it makes sense because, you know, he hasn't had a damn album in like 3 years, and it bothers me.
All right, I have a question.
Yeah. Shoot, we might have an answer.
So in K-pop, there's it's like a band, I guess, of like 6 Korean guys. I think they're Korean. One of them.
Oh, I forgot their name,
Every girl I
man.
know somehow knows them. Does anyone
Wait,
know?
wait.
I don't
Are they called
what they do.
EXO? I think that's their name. Like
Yeah, that's them. That's them.
Yeah.
I see them everywhere.
Like,
I don't know what it
them
is.
niggas can dance. Them niggas can say whatever you want about K-pop, but anybody K-pop like artists, they know how to dance. Easy on you.
I would like.
I don't know if you guys like heard about this one band. Like it's K-pop too. It's literally like it's like a classroom filled with females. That's what the band is. I think it's called like Generation Female, something like that. I have no idea. I don't
Damn.
like.
I personally,
I just didn't expect so many people to be in one band. I was like, dude, there's no purpose of it.
going back to the pop part. I'm not sure if you guys agree, but like the 2008s, like the early 2000s pop, that's what I grew up with. What I don't like the,
yeah, when I listen to that, it's like so nostalgic. Like it's like wow, it just gives you a certain feeling when you listen to that shit. It's
for me,
good.
it had meaning. You know what I mean?
Unlike now.
Now it's just to get a song out there, you know?
Like now, like you fucking turn on the radio, dude, and it's like 2 songs by The Weeknd, a song by G-Eazy, a song by fucking I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it's always
and
the
like
same.
5 million Drake songs as far as
Yeah,
I can
5
see.
million Drake songs. Then you have like what's that? Like DNCE, if any of you know who they are.
Oh, one of the Jonas Brothers. He's in it.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, like you know the song Cake Brother.
Joe Jonas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Jonas. Yeah.
And then
Nick Jonas has his own thing going on. Nick Jonas, that nigga's been killing it too. He's been doing really good, and I think Kevin, like, he probably died.
No, he's just chilling, living.
R.I.P. to that nigga, bro. Like, nobody's heard of him in the longest.
Yeah, I don't know. When I turn my car on, I either have my CDs in, or I have the metal station, or alternative station, or hard rock station on.
yeah, I just use the aux, man. I use the aux. I'm all about. I've been listening. You already know me and Jordy. We rock out to that damn Baboni. All that damn. Ya tu sabe. All that damn. What the fuck's his name?
Unbelievable, fellas. Guess who's FaceTiming right now? One of our viewers, Brandon Pacelli.
Oh,
screw off,
shit.
Brandon. I'm not picking up.
That's crazy.
Who else? Cosculuela,
Can't
if you guys
FaceTime,
know who
kid.
that is.
No. I started listening to a couple new.
Cosculuela. I'm gonna go through my list right now. Hold on. I'm gonna go through my list right now.
Didn't Post Malone? He just did a remix of Rockstar with
Ozuna and Nicki Jam.
Like that.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it, but I heard it's supposed to be
pretty
fire. Yeah.
But that's another one. Post Malone.
Yo,
Post Malone, bro. Posty, I love
the
Posty,
homie,
bro.
Yo, have you seen his live streams? They're too lit. He's actually dirty at COD.
Did I?
I'm in me now.
guys,
Oh, shit.
one of the things that I don't agree with Post Malone, I'm not 100% clear. Maybe you guys could clear me up on this. But he was having beef with other people because of the way he was acting.
Uh-huh.
Like, what do you mean by that?
I remember he got dreads, and I saw a video on Instagram. Some guy was like, "All right, we let you pass on the dreads or whatever." Because I guess he's trying to have
Yeah. So I can tell you what happened with that. So I saw.
I want to bring something to people's attention. So first off, dreads started with the Vikings, so it's not even a black thing to begin with. So I don't know why people would get offended with that. That's
No, but
I'm talking about
the white man created it.
It's not a black thing. We didn't start it.
No, but I did watch a DJ Academics video, right? And he was saying something along the lines of people saw him as a certain image of like this sort of like thug maybe through the Wide Version video, kind of like that sort of image. And then he started just mixing up his music, and then he made like he started getting a little bit of this country look or vibe maybe. And he wants to mix everything together into hip hop, and he sees that in a positive light. And a lot of people kind of just want to keep hip hop where it's at. And they're just like, no, you can't have all these multiple personalities and mixes of music and just try to jumble it and have disrespect for the music. But he's not disrespecting the music. He's just trying to bring everybody together.
Little Dicky looked like the whitest person alive.
The way he dresses too, he just does it for the meme, bro.
I like how Little Dicky like carries himself. Like
Lil Dicky got flow. I'm not even gonna lie, he got flow.
He does have flow, but like he tries to be comedic about it. He tries to bring like a different
That's what
rapping.
That's what Ugly God is. Like, he says himself, like, he's like, I know I'm garbage, but, like, it's fun. I do it for, like...
Yeah, he does it for fuck's
Ugly
sake.
God is a memer, right? He's a whole meme.
Nah, but...
Simple as that.
Lil Dicky, like,
Go
he
ahead.
tries to literally be funny in his raps, which is pretty good. Like, he is pretty funny and stuff.
If you saw the 2017 XXL, like, Freshman Cypher, like, he was cracking jokes, like, in his cypher. It was pretty funny.
Yo, if we had to say the top 2 rappers that have had... like the best year as far as like elevating their career. I want to ask you guys, but I'm gonna give my opinion first. I'm gonna give my opinions first. I feel like not the best rappers, but I'm talking about rappers that maybe have been starting or even have, or like even that have been in the game for a bit.
Boosted the career up.
But like has overall had a lot of hits. Bro, you cannot deny whether you hate him, you think his lyrics are trash, whatever. You can't deny that Lil Pump went from here, and he just went all the way up here.
I knew you were going to say Little Pump.
You can't say this man has not risen his career within this year, bro. This man...
Don't get me wrong. He risen it up, but, like, how many of his songs do people really bump to? Like, people bump to Gucci Gang. Don't get me wrong, Gucci Gang. Like,
that's like the main one, though.
But, like... You don't really hear anybody. You don't hear on the radio like much of his songs.
Yeah, it's just that Flex like Ooh and D-Rose. I like those songs to bump to once in a while. I ain't even gonna lie.
Don't get me wrong, for like his age and stuff like that. The fact that he's buying watches for $100,
that he's
stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
he's
awesome.
Going crazy like that. Like, don't get me wrong, good for him. Like, congrats. Like
no one listens to Little Pump for like the lyrics. You go there because the beat's hard. It sounds good,
and it makes you want to go out and just do crazy shit and feel good and hype.
Exactly. You're not listening to it for the lyrics.
But as far as like who's had like a crazy ass year for their career, you cannot deny Lil Pump, man. He's gone from here to here.
He had a crazy year.
Definitely.
He had a crazy year.
But I personally think number 1 would be Logic.
My boy.
I can say that, yeah.
My boy.
I mean,
the first song I heard Logic was like All I Do, and that was way back in like 2011 or something like that.
I was gonna say the Migos, bro. The Migos have I Get the Bag with Gucci Man. Then they have fucking Ghostface Killers, Motorsport. The other song with fucking Cardi. Like they had like 4 or 5 hits.
Features with a bunch of different characters. Like they did a feature with Kanye. Quavo did, I think.
Yeah, bro. These motherfuckers are in everything.
I think it's called like Jonko Hunch. Something like that.
Yeah, it's like, dude, like the Migos.
People are getting excited for that.
Dude, if there's a rapper, the Migos have worked with them, like on everything. Like if you haven't, then you're about to work with them because unless you're Joe Budden, you haven't worked with them. You're working against them.
Dude, do you guys remember that the beef with the Migos and X?
Oh yeah, funny. That nigga.
Take off.
In my opinion,
he said.
Definitely. I would say I've been listening to Logic since 2011. That's crazy.
Yeah, but same, bro.
Like,
I've been listening to him.
Song obviously is 1-800. So I feel like this was his like most like important year because like people started listening to him more. People got the message he was trying to spread.
Yeah.
So and also the next person I'm gonna say is not really a rapper, but he's like a DJ, Metro Boomin this year.
Oh yeah, he's had a humongous career.
Famous people that this nigga.
He probably has. Metro actually started his with Future. Like that's why.
Yeah, X, right? The song X. That shit was like.
Yo, Metro, don't trust you. I'ma shoot you. That's how Metro got like famous. For me though, you already know Logic. But my thing is that like, Logic has been like he's been famous for underground rap for the longest time since like Young Sinatra, and then once Under Pressure came out, he got the recognition he needed at the moment, and then the Incredible True Story came out, and then that's when he blew up. That's when I personally believe that's when he blew up. That's his spark. That's how he blew up. That was his best year. But then when 1-800 came in, because like he said in multiple interviews, he was like, "Oh, like I realize as an artist, I have a certain power." Like that not many other people have. I can help people. Like I've helped people and I haven't even realized it yet. So the fact that he created an entire album to help, the people of the earth, like if you look at like just straight up facts that like the National Suicide Hotline has posted on their Twitter, you'd go insane because this nigga has actually saved like lives. There's actual proof of him like, of how much like that song.
His music inspires everybody else.
Like like Vic, when me and you went to his concert, the vibes were just like incredible. They're insane.
All he spread through
like a kid threw up. He stopped the entire concert to make sure that kid was all right. He did that throughout.
He's a really caring person and everything.
Yeah.
You could tell he's genuine.
Yeah.
One
number two for me though.
Person.
I'm gonna have to think about number two.
One rapper that
I can continue. I'm gonna think of my number two real quick.
One rapper that I think is good and is on a right path in his career, Quavo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quavo, yeah, hell yeah.
He just recently did a song with Bad Bunny called Ahora Me Llama.
Mm-hmm.
It's a remix. That shit goes hard too. And it's not just Spanish music. He's not Spanish, but he did one I think with Camila Cabello.
Yeah.
I believe with Havana. It's really
I like
good.
that song.
Personally, he's a really good rapper too.
Yeah, I like that song by Camila. You
Yeah.
like the one where Young Thug's on it? I like that version.
All right.
Wait, there was a remix?
All right, I got
Yeah.
my number two.
Good.
This is kind of a wide shot, but I'm just saying, just overall, like from improvement, Lil Uzi Vert, he has had an insane year this year. Right?
Mhm.
Like I know a lot of people disagree with it. I know not that many people like Lil Uzi, but like you don't go to Uzi for like the vibes and stuff like that. But Uzi has like put some deep verses in there talking about suicide stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like in EXO Tour Life. He says, "Oh, like want to put 10 shots in my brain." No, that's X. That's X.
That's X.
Wait, that's X. Crap, I forgot the lyrics. All right, I feel like an idiot now. All right, but like he's had lyrics in him saying like like about suicide stuff like that. He kind of like pushed it a little bit. Like that's all. He just like puts little snippets.
Now Uzi has been up there, man. He's been making his name for himself even more. Not one person who did explode on the scene this year. You can't say that he didn't. Was Trippie Redd, bro. Like I had
Trippie.
I had no idea who the fuck he was.
Get it.
All of a sudden he came in. I was like, yo,
He did songs
Good.
with X. That's how he like. Well, I mean, mainly he got his fan base because he's a blood.
yeah.
Like, simple as that. He got his fan base through that. Same thing that 6ix9ine did. Got his fan base through Bloods, and then they built up from there. They already had kind of like a trap fan base.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
It was smart of them to do. It was a smart way to do it for them.
I'm not gonna side with one or the other, but I like both of their songs. So I mean, I can bump to both.
Yeah.
You know what, guys?
And then like with 6ix9ine, I like that one song called Kuda, or what you want to call it. That one song I like this.
Mhm. Yeah, that shit goes hard.
What would be the song of the year for you guys?
Ooh.
I don't know if that's
Are you
possible.
talking about like in a specific genre or in any genre? Because like in any genre, that'd be pretty like that's actually pretty easier. Because there's been a lot of good songs.
In any genre, like you could name genres.
As far as
Number
like
one for me,
personally, like lyrics, or does it have to be like just like is it like, or as far as like turning up, or just like overall, like you're just your overall favorite?
Like overall, like
Overall.
Damn, I don't know.
How much like how long it's been on like the top charts for? I know what mine is. Like me personally, I'm not that like crazy for the song, but like it's been on the charts for the longest time. Despacito, but with like, Justin Bieber.
Definitely.
Listen.
I was about to say that.
I'm not that big of a fan of the song, but how long it's killed the charts for, it deserves the respect to be number one.
Oh yeah.
Like,
It's
but
one
me
of the top.
Me personally, I would say Bruno Mars's "That's What I Like." That song,
That's a really good song.
amazing. Oh, dude. Bruno in general, bro. He likes his top chart. He likes his number one spot.
I don't know what I would pick, bro. I listen to too much music to even pick, dude. I don't know if I could.
I would say in terms of like.
And Sheeran's year too with Perfect.
I mean, Despacito took the world by storm, though. Like,
yeah,
it just meant to be a Spanish song, but it took over.
It's supposed to be
English music charts.
Yeah.
With Justin Bieber, like it took over everything. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, artist for that. His name is like Daddy Yankee, right?
Yeah. And Louis Fonsi.
A third of the world. Almost a third.
That's crazy, and
like,
it's already in the history books of one of the longest songs to be in the charts.
Word.
Yeah. In my opinion, I'll give you guys the top 3. It's hard because there's definitely a lot I'm leaving out, but I'd say 1-800 by Logic because
1-800.
how many people it helped. I'd also say Humble by Kendrick Lamar because that was
Humble bumped
because
up.
that was a really good turn up song. Even like a lot of people that don't like Kendrick Lamar love the song, you know?
Yeah.
And
All right, we've been on for 46 minutes.
Yeah.
But then remember, 10 of those minutes were spent getting fucked up audio. So
Yeah.
it's all good though now, bro. It's all good.
You guys, you know what song in terms of like R&B, or I'm not sure exactly what genre he sings in this song, but John Legend with "Love Me Now."
Oh, I like John Legend.
Yeah, I like John Legend.
I know
Yeah.
who John Legend is, but I think I'm not sure what the song.
It's for me in terms. I'm not sure what genre. You guys could put it down in the comments below. What genre he sings this song on, but it's really good. Like for me, in terms of that genre, whatever genre he's in, I think it's R&B. I'm not sure,
Right.
but he's one of the. For me, in my list, he's in the top for the year. I know it came out in 2016, but
still,
it's still a really good song.
You want to know what a really good album of the year is so far? My Ticket Home's new album was very, very good, and I was looking forward to it, and it doesn't disappoint. That's definitely probably one of my top 10 albums of the year so far. It's My Ticket Home's new album.
How about one of your favorite songs of the year, Anthony?
Of the year? Oh shit, I don't know.
To me, it's difficult because I know too many fucking songs, dude. I don't know. As far as bumping shit, I might have to pick one of Uzi's songs from his last album, like just a bump to. What was the name?
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it, but it's just a lyrics to it. It's like something got the money and the power. It's something. I'm gonna look it up right now. But I like one of Uzi's songs.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That song.
I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna tell you guys my song of the year. It may Despacito's up there, but overall, over any genre, and my favorite song of the year, it would be Ahora Dice by J Balvin, Ozuna, Kanye, and Chris Jetta.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys heard it, but it's
I really like that song.
fire. In terms of Spanish trap also has taken over the industry, even in America.
Immensely.
Because, exactly.
And you know what I'm loving, Jordy, is that, for example, like you were talking about before, Ozuna and Cardi B, and then you also have, you even have like the Post Malone and 21 Savage mixed with Nicki Jam and Ozuna. And you know something else? I don't know if you've seen it, but you know the song Creepy Kush, right? By Farruko and Bad Bunny. You know that they added Nicki Minaj and 21 Savage?
Did they really?
Yeah, it's actually good, but...
Like, because majority of these songs that everybody...
Deal and Shut Up.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%.
Oh, yeah, that shit happens every day.
Yeah,
it's happening right now as we speak.
As we speak, they're doing it to us right now. Like, nobody's watching the stream at this moment. Like, they just shut us down. We're just talking to each other now. Like, it's clips. Like, they actually got a satchel coming to us right now. It's finito.
Oh, we're back online.
Hey.
Let's say there's, for example, the racism thing. Like, the government pretends or does a little thing to seem like they fixed the problem or they tried to fix the problem.
Right, but in the long run, it's really not shit.
Yeah, so we forget about it, and then we're like, oh, they did something, so let's move on. You know what I mean? But they actually don't. They try to distract us. Like,
there's a lot of people that say that a lot of, like, different, like, bad organizations that exist out there are actually created by the government, and it's just a cover-up, and to try to blame it on motherfuckers, and go and get resources from other countries and everything. And I don't know, there's a lot of truth to that, man.
I think it's kind of true in a way.
I do.
I mean, we never know. The government hides a lot of stuff.
Word.
Personally, this country's government, because I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
bullshit. Yeah.
Hitler.
What?
2017, and we're hearing news about Hitler. All right, I gotta hear this. Savvy, hit us up.
FBI released documents since it's been like 50 years. They released documents, and they found out that Hitler actually didn't commit suicide. He escaped to Argentina.
Are you serious?
I'm not surprised.
Set up. Go on the FBI official site, and they show you all the documents, like 200 documents.
You know they're supposed to.
I'm not surprised.
You know, in 20 years they're supposed to reveal. I think it's 20 years. I may be wrong on this, but I'm gonna say 20 years. In some amount of time, they're going to release JFK's assassination documents.
Yeah, and then JFK, you know why he was assassinated, bro. Anybody that actually wants to make a good change or actually wants to do something sort of positive for the world, they fucking exterminate them, man. They're like, hey, go to shit because we want to run this. It's all of these rich families that are behind everything, like everything. You could just look into it. A lot of people don't want to believe in certain secret societies, and I understand that to an extent, but there are a lot of motherfuckers that behind the scenes. Yeah.
They're trying to lock up X, but that's backfiring on him extremely.
He's under
No,
house.
but definitely, I see what you mean, because, for example, I'm not sure Martin Luther King's assassination may have been random or out of somebody who doesn't like him, but he was trying to make a change for black people in America.
Yeah.
And he successfully did that to an extent.
Right.
To an extent,
yeah. But he was killed. I'm not sure if there's an explanation why, but he was killed for.
Yeah,
I feel
you
trying
on
to
that.
make change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, somebody wants to make a change. Somebody who's like, you know, up there in the world doesn't like that. He has the connections to change it. Like,
yeah.
That's the sad, cruel world that we live in. But it's, you know,
it's the way it
that's
works.
just how it is.
It's these corrupt people that want to stay in power and don't want anybody fixing it.
Yo, you know what
it's
one
people who don't
scary
value
thing
what life
is?
really gets.
You know what's
Simple as
scary that is true, though? Is that
Yeah.
to bring upon any sort of change, and this is with anything, whether it's like just something that's like vain within your own life or even like to a larger scale in the world, is that, by the way, I'm just changing my setup real quick to charge my laptop, by the way. But it's that you always need sacrifice in order to change shit, like to an extremist extent. And one way that they see it is through sacrificing lives. And you never know how these motherfuckers are just going to come out and do that. Like, for example, you could say something as simple as sacrifice time hanging out with people or relationships or whatever for success to make a lot of money. And then you could even say it as simple as, oh, let's exterminate fucking half the population to just have a bunch of rich people or certain areas where there's certain resources so that, you know, everybody else can profit from it. And, hey, fuck all the other ones. So, I mean, that's one scary thing. That's a real topic that, you know, a lot of people are
There's a
scared
lot
to
of
touch
shit
on.
going down, like, right now, especially for, like, population control, too.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think it's, China. They recently, like, you know, they've always had the one-child policy. Recently, they bumped it up to 2.
Right.
But the way that they did it for the 2-child thing, right, is that, all right.
I think it skipped a generation, right?
Yeah, it skips a generation. Like, all right, you're a single child.
Mm-hmm.
You can have 2 children, but your 2 children not have 2 children. They can only have 1.
Right.
But that one child can have 2 children of their own, and then again and again and again.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're doing is kind of
overpopulated.
Every other generation got 2 children.
Yeah. Like, Bangladesh, for example, India. Bro, there's nothing they can do. I'm telling you this right now. They're just throwing birth control out in the streets, hoping somebody gonna pick it up. It's simple as that. Like, that's all they can really do there, man. Like,
going back to what Tony was saying is, for example, racism is a big problem in this country.
Oh yeah.
And we've been blinded by that. We've totally forgot about that at the moment, and worried about North Korea nukes or whatever that they haven't fired, or there's not actual 100% threat.
They're not gonna fire a nuke. We can
I understand the net neutrality part, but we gotta. The problems that we have with racism in this country or around the world are more important than net neutrality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although it's still messed up, I do not agree with it, but it's
compared to a lot of other shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of other shit that should come before that.
Like humans' lives come before 99 cents for fucking social media.
Steve, you're right. You're right.
For a social media platform, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
Definitely. For
That
example,
should bring us into our next topic, net neutrality.
Yeah. Now, I wanted to say this, though, before we even get into net neutrality, is that I even, alright, so I'm not gonna lie, yeah, there's a lot of shit that people bump to, especially rap nowadays, that have certain lyrics that we all sing, and we all rap, and we just bump to it, but it's like, 90% of us that listen to this and actually say these lyrics are not about what we fucking listen to. I feel like a lot of people will listen to shit that is like, we'll listen to fucking Pump talk about doing all this outrageous shit. We'll listen to 21. We'll listen to all these motherfuckers talking about their, their crime, crimes that they're committing on the daily and just roly and shit. But like, no, most of the motherfuckers listening to this are not actually about any of it, but yet we bump to it. And it seems that like we as a culture are starting to praise people that are like basically promoting a downfall of society. It's like, don't get me wrong, a lot of beats are catchy, but like, you know what I mean? And maybe you have somebody with a decent voice behind it, but a lot of the actual messages behind it, it's right in front of your fucking face that these people are people that are looked at as losers in real life, and now we're basically putting them high up on a pedestal of like, hey, do all this crazy shit and just be fucked up, and it's cool because now everybody bumps to it. Yeah, and I feel like it's got a lot of impression.
I'm gonna cut you guys off real quick. I just want to tell you one thing. Like, the guys in the chat, they want us to get a little bit more involved with them. So like, try looking at the chat more, and if you see something, just respond back to it.
All right, I got you. I'm gonna try to do that through my phone.
How many viewers we got right now?
I have no idea. Well, we got like 9, I think. Yeah.
Damn, we gotta get more up in this bitch.
We gotta get more. Yo, guys, come on.
Yo, share. Please, if you're watching this, post it on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Amazon, Google, Yahoo.
Go to your neighbor's house, smack them, tell them to get
smack
on
them.
Everywhere, go ahead.
Everywhere. Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
But to be honest, we, like Tony was saying, we're basically putting them on a high pedestal, which isn't a good example on the rappers. Because, for example, I'm not gonna go into race because race does not exist. We're all 99%
all human.
Exactly.
You know what's funny is that we actually share a lot of DNA with bananas, so like we're majority banana too.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
fucking vitamins.
No, but here's the thing, guys. Like, for example, there's certain groups that have certain stereotypes, right? For example, like the African American community has people. Some people think that they're violent or whatever, and I mean, the rappers, right? They put that persona on to sell their image, you know?
Right.
But I would rather have them put a good example to whatever kids follow them or whatever,
right.
than to just act like a thug the whole time. You know what I mean?
and that leads into this too. Is like, look, anything on social media or just plain like in general, like. Why is it that the human nature is just to be so fucking drawn to negativity? If you see a funny video or even just an actual Instagram account or Facebook account or you just YouTube account channel that's dedicated towards, hey, let's post people getting hurt, let's post fights. People are more drawn to that than to fucking motivational posts, than to post about, I don't know, they can teach you about how to be more financially successful. I don't know, all these different things, relationship advice. Like, I feel like so many and like there are people that will follow that, but I feel like there's so much more light shed on this negativity, and so many more people are just attracted towards that so easily as compared to, all this other positive shit that can be made seem like, on a pedestal as it should be. And it's just like what everything's turning into. I mean, it's fucked up, but I mean, it is basically most of human nature. I mean, that's how a lot of people are. You see like an Instagram account, and all you see is a bunch of videos of people boxing each other or in like school or something. How many people are gonna follow that compared to, let's give a shout out to like Jerson right now, who's doing this thing in entrepreneurship and all that and writing books. How many people will follow the negativity as compared to the positivity? You know what I mean?
Or even not even give shout outs, like maybe go to like a soup kitchen, help people that aren't as successful
niggas are back
or as gifted as you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not just helping out people that want to rise, it's also helping people that are having trouble rising. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, for example, people who aren't as fortunate as you, maybe like donate $2 or like help do something.
Yeah,
you know
it's something
Instead
they
of
could
following that negativity,
right.
the violence. You know what I mean? The hatred.
No, for sure.
That is advertised to us to have hatred towards certain groups around the world.
Right.
For example, like Hamza. Like,
yo, it was Gucci.
For example, where are you from? You're from Pakistan, right?
Yeah, I'm Pakistani. Yeah, I'm
right.
Pakistani.
If, for example, when people look at you or you meet somebody, what are the jokes that they make at you?
You mean the jokes that y'all niggas have made to me? All right. So let's get it. All right. I have gotten Dune Coon. I've gotten Sand Nigger. I've gotten Ticking Time Bomb. Yo, the stream's offline.
The stream's offline. How?
Yeah, it just went offline. Yeah.
Nice.
Good for me.
It says stream health. It says it's still going, but it says video output low. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth streaming. As such, viewers will receive buffering. The fuck is that supposed to mean? Oh, now it says stream health is good.
Yeah, Julian, you can stop sucking.
All right. So what we were saying is that what I was trying to say is that, for example, anybody who's from the Middle East or
alright, Julian, calm down, fam.
a certain look is automatically put in.
You know, they're automatically viewed as, you know, as a terrorist or something like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like that's totally wrong. That's you
Mhm.
can't base your opinion off of somebody you saw.
Let me tell you, like to this day, I still find it extremely funny. But this was back in 3rd grade.
Right.
I forgot what the kid's name. I think his name was like Charlie or something like that. Literally, comes up to me. He was like, "Oh, Hamza, are you Muslim?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" And he was like, "My mom said I can't talk to anybody like that anymore." I'm over here like,
okay, I spelled it right.
Wow.
I was done with it. I was like that was my first time experiencing racism towards me,
sad.
and I was confused. I told my sister, and then like she was just wowing out and stuff like that. I'm over here like, what's the big deal? Looking back at it now, it was just funny, but like that was my first time experiencing racism.
That's one of the things. I'm not sure about any other country personally, because I've only lived in 2, and I think for example, I'm from Dominican Republic. When I was over there, I didn't watch the news enough to know exactly what we do to advertise different cultures or different people.
Yeah.
But I know I've lived long enough in the U.S. to see that the news, the magazines, they paint Muslims or whatever culture you are a certain way. So you're brainwashed to think that everybody's like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For example, when they take a video of Iraq, right? What do they usually show? They usually show people shooting, explosions or whatever. They don't show the good side of it because there are good people. It's just those few dickheads that decide to ruin it for everybody else.
Yeah.
See, another misconception about like the whole Muslim community as well. ISIS. People say, "Oh, ISIS, they're Muslim." They are not Muslim. They are a completely different religion. Like, Islam does not condone any sort of violence, any sort of hate. Like, it doesn't support any of that sort. Like, there's a reason why, like, we, like, kill animals instantly, bless them before we eat them. That's why we, like, are very strict when it comes to meat and stuff like that. There's a reason why we're a strict religion. And, you know, the Islamic State, they're just, like, they don't care about any of that. They have their own twisted, like, religion for it. Like, back in the time of Malcolm X, he used to follow somebody, like, it wasn't, like, ISIS, but it was, like, I think his name was Muhammad Mustafa.
Right.
And basically, he was calling himself the final prophet.
Okay.
Long story short,
Yeah.
he was telling people to throw out hate, kill this person, make sure this person's out of the way, this, that, and that. Malcolm X, he went to go do like a pilgrimage. He met actual Muslims, and then that's when he converted into like the true Muslims, community and religion.
Right.
Yeah. And that's when and that was actually when Martin Luther King was like, "Oh, this guy's all about peace now. Let me talk. Let's start talking." But Martin Luther King was assassinated, and I think Malcolm X was assassinated right after.
I'm reading up on it right now, and he was assassinated also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gandhi?
Yeah, Gandhi.
Yeah, Gandhi was a really big guy also in terms of rights and peace around the world itself.
He was also racist.
Was he really?
Yep, he didn't like his own kind. Or black people.
Guy, what a fucking man.
And he was assassinated too.
What you're saying about that he was originally Baptist Christian, yeah, he was, but when he converted, he did convert to a different he converted to a false form of Islam. That's what I'm saying. He converted to a false form of Islam, and then he went to the actual form. So just to clear that confusion that you have right there. As you guys were saying, my fault for cutting you off.
You know what's crazy? He was assassinated too. Although he may have been prejudiced to some people, he tried to have peace.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, he was really violent with it, but once he converted to true Islam, he became extremely peaceful. And then that's when somebody decides, oh, let's get him out of the picture.
Yeah, because he was growing a following. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. But
his suicide in our culture. People that has to be telling each other to kill themselves is a joke, but people really take that shit seriously.
Well,
he didn't hate black. He did in fact. What Jeff just said about the whole suicide thing, Vic, go fucking end your life. Get out of here. Yeah, say you're actually depressed. What do I know? That's actually another pretty crazy thing. You could really affect somebody's life just by saying a couple of words. Yeah. That could be a day. Somebody's like, all right, today's the day. God, give me one sign that I shouldn't do it. And I come out of nowhere and be like, yo, you my boy, but seriously, end your life. And that will be something that pushed it.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Guys, put your phones on airplane mode or something. Come on.
Yeah, who's this?
Got mine on airplane mode.
I know it's Anthony.
All right.
Yeah,
All right, but what
see you, Selena. Thanks for coming by. We're gonna be on for a while, so we'll probably be done by 10, maybe even later than that. So come by anytime.
10:30, I would say.
Yeah, probably around 10:30 because the audio got fucked up, so we got to give you guys that extra time. But so one thing before we should definitely get on another topic, right?
Yeah.
But before that, just touching on music too.
Let's finish up here first.
All right, go ahead.
No, what were you saying?
No, it was just something about the music, the music thing, we were talking about before. Remember, me and you were going back and forth about it, Jordy, about how we were putting this shit on a pedestal. Not only about bad influences as far as just committing crimes and doing all this bad shit, but it's also one thing I don't understand is how there's so much women bashing in hip hop, and they go with it. I'll hear them. I'll hear girls singing songs and rap songs.
It's
legit them being bashed, and then they complain about all this shit that happens.
Crazy on with hella money.
Yeah, it's I want to be treated rightly, and I want women's rights and all this stuff, right? But then there's a song that comes out and it completely bashes women, but it's got a good beat to it. Well, let me sing along to it because it's all good. No, what the fuck? I don't understand that. I see that all the time. It's another thing I don't understand either.
One female rapper I love is No Name Gatsby.
Mm-hmm.
Her name's Gypsy. No Name Gypsy.
Mm-hmm. He said Gatsby. I'm like, what?
It's not she's doing any of that. She's just good. She's humble.
Yeah.
With the person and all that. She don't gotta be.
Wasn't there a female rapper on the come up? I think her name was like Young Ma or Young Ma.
Yeah, she's good.
She a whole dyke.
Nah, but her shit's good. I like her music.
She had one song. It was like, I don't break the bro code, something like that. Like you call her
Haters.
Stephanie.
Haters shake them off or
something
something.
like that. I think it's called like Ooh.
Yeah, ooh.
Yeah.
But she's got a couple different songs. She a couple of good ones. She's got easily like 5 really good ones. But none of the other songs she's had that I personally like they never blew up like the other one did. But it's whatever.
Yeah.
But she's definitely a good artist. All right, so I guess next topic, right? Let's talk about movies. Talk about movies.
Ooh. There's been a lot of good movies coming out recently.
Let's talk about movies, everybody.
All right.
Can you guys see me?
No.
Nah.
All right. I know what I want to talk about with this.
All right. Tony, you lead us off. You know, you're the big actor over here.
You already know, making things happen. By the way, I got to give myself some self-promotion over here. Guys, if you're in Bayonne, you're in New York, Hoboken, Jersey City, any of those areas, I am starting my own acting program. Shit that you would pay hundreds, even thousands of dollars for. Personally, I had that experience. I had to save up for a while to pay for this shit. You could come just $15, learn a shit ton of stuff for 2 hours at your convenience. Maybe even Tuesdays now, but definitely Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So I'm definitely working out the times. I just had a conversation with the owner of a place to rent out space, and he's down to give me space for like cheap prices. So we're gonna see what happens, but definitely let me know if you would like to learn a little bit from me. And it's at a good price. So
like, if we self-promoting out here, like, your boy's a filmmaker, so if any of y'all need a video to be made, y'all already know, hit me up.
Yeah.
Gang out here, y'all already know.
It's you solid.
There's a wise man named Anthony Lobo says,
I would like to promote myself also, because in the fall, in next year, hopefully, I'm able to become a full-time model. Not full-time, but I would like to do modeling myself. Yeah. And if anybody knows anything about modeling,
I love you, Jordy.
Listen. If anybody knows anything about modeling or where I could go, or any tips or anything, I would love hit me up on my Instagram. If it's in the description, it's in the description, right, Tony?
Yeah. No, I'll definitely put it there. But if anything, you could just DM us at the Instagram of Truth Boys, and then from there I'll give you
definitely, Jordy's. And then I'll do my best to contact you.
But one thing, Jordy,
I
could definitely tell you, it's good to get your portfolio started. Like, just take pictures, like any free photo shoots you can do, even if it's a couple pictures here and there. Different poses, different like outfits, different looks with your hair, different things like that. I don't know. Yeah. Play around with that, and that I know is a good start. That's one thing I can tell you. But as far as anybody else that knows shit about that, definitely contact us on Instagram. So about movies, I just looked up here.
I got something to say.
What?
You got something to say?
I want to say this year I've seen a lot of great movies, a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
I want to bring up certain things real fast. DC is getting better.
Oh, so much better.
Definitely.
They started off bad, but they're getting up there.
So
I personally think that DC, their movies weren't bad. It's just that the Marvel movies were hyped up to a point where, you know, when something's so hyped up and then something as good, or if not almost as good, comes out, it doesn't get the attention it deserves.
Yeah.
I feel like Marvel's been doing it so right that we wait for DC to get up to Marvel and not give it its fair.
I mean, like,
by itself.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I love DC and all, but I feel like they just OD it when it comes to CGI. Like, as a filmmaker, I know exactly how much something a film really needs, and how Justice League did it with CGI. They kind of OD'd it. I understand, Cyborg, literally a robot. They needed CGI for that. But like the way they made Gotham City, that was purely CGI. Like, if you look at the Dark Knight series, that wasn't CGI. That was all a set, and that's way less expensive too. So they could have used that extra money to add even more like props and stuff like that. That would make this movie even more better. invest in better cameras.
If you watch Gotham, they use New York as their like set or place to film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like New York is the perfect place to pretend it's Gotham or Detroit or Chicago, maybe. You know, like you got cities in America where you could do it instead of using the computer. So to make it seem more legit, if that makes sense.
Don't get me wrong. Doing with CGI is absolutely insane, but like it's just to a certain extent. You can't make like an entire world.
Right.
I feel like a lot of the CGI in DC movies don't look that good either.
Yeah. So with DC, like is
what DC though was with Wonder Woman.
It was like a dead up like these two are going at it. Batman's killing people. Superman's just emotional right now.
Right.
It was real serious, right? Yeah. Then they look at what Marvel's doing and how Marvel's all like family friendly and they got jokes and everything and it's lighthearted. You watch a Marvel movie, it's lighthearted. You enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they tried doing that in the new Justice League. I feel like that's what they messed up.
Yeah.
They should have just kept it to the dark.
With this is my opinion on DC. Like Marvel did great. They started the whole franchise back in 2008 with Iron Man. Like it was like a build up to like a whole gigantic universe of movies. Look at where we are now with all these movies. Yeah. I think they have 15 movies right now.
I think more.
With DC, they should have done their own stuff. You know, I feel like they did the wrong. They made a mistake by trying to be comedic and all that. Because I've read a lot of DC comics.
Bro, DC Comics, like, they're really dark. Like, you don't, if you don't read DC Comics, like, you'd be surprised. Like, if you saw some of these the comics that they make for the Joker, like, he's done some pretty, like, scary stuff in there.
You guys ever, read the comic, Joker, when he cuts off the faces of people and puts it on?
Yeah. That one was, I actually have it. Like,
guys, I personally think the movie that gave light to DC was Suicide Squad.
100%.
Yeah, that was Startup.
But at a point, it got me angry because so many people are like, "Oh my God, I'm such a huge fan of Harley Quinn. I've loved her for so many years." Yeah,
no, like
you didn't know who she was until last week. Shut up, get out of here.
And then people were saying,
I was like, "Oh, word, what's your favorite comic of hers?" Like Gotham Sirens. I don't hear any sirens. What? Like.
And then people were bashing on Jared Leto's Joker, but I personally think he did a great Joker for the Joker he was trying to.
I like his Joker.
Look, I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Job as Joker, obviously, Heath Ledger was way better. He was a pure psychomaniac for it. But Jared Leto still did an amazing job. He lived up to the expectation.
They were doing two different Jokers, if I'm making any sense.
From two different universes.
Yeah,
he wasn't trying to recreate. He was trying to become his own Joker.
Yeah,
which makes sense.
Like the Joker that Heath Ledger did is more darker, more satanic, more like what am I trying to say?
I feel like Jared Leto definitely did like a more modern version of him. You know what I mean? Like he just he looked completely different, even if it with the slick back hairstyle, everything. It's just the way he acted it too. It was good.
I think Jared Leto did the Joker that everybody knows about. You know that when you say Joker, he jokes around, he makes jokes. Obviously, he's called the Joker, but you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Heath Ledger's because Heath Ledger's was totally different.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like Heath Ledger's Joker, he cracked a couple of jokes here and there, but it were serious jokes.
Yeah.
Like he was like, like literally, there was a scene. Like he was like, "Oh, do you want to see a magic trick?" He put a pen right here, right? Grabbed one of the henchmen, literally just he put it through his eye. He just went, "Fuck."
Yeah, I remember
like,
that.
Now it's gone. And like it went from a joke to like such a dark moment.
Definitely.
And the transition was just amazing for it.
Another character that series I liked was Two-Face. He has a scene where he's in a car. He's in the back of a car. Gun pointed to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he keeps calling. And it landed. And he said, "All right, I'll spare your life, but not your driver." And he shoots the driver, and he scared off. I'm like, that was too sick.
Too sick. Scarecrow had awesome moments in the movies too.
One thing that I think is that in terms of Justice League, I haven't watched it, but going off of what you guys said, that they were trying to throw jokes and stuff, I personally think that there's certain characters that throw jokes and stuff.
No.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah.
Like Barry Allen makes a lot of jokes. It's cool. I like it. He was funny.
For example, Flash is like out of the Justice League. He's the most the most lighthearted. Same thing with Green Lantern. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I expect him to make jokes. I don't expect Batman over here or something like that. Like a movie ago, you were just killing people, bashing their heads in, you running them over with your bike. I expect the Flash to be the one joking over here, not you.
Nah, but like if for example, with Batman versus Superman, there was some lines of Batman that was kind of funny. Well, it made you chuckle. You know when Wonder Woman first popped up and they were supposed to fight Doomsday.
Like even the Justice League, Batman was funny too.
Yeah, he was like, is she with you? That made me. I'm not sure how you guys reacted to that.
No, it made me laugh.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, it's understandable coming that from Superman. Superman's a very positive person, but it depends on like what the situation is. But even like a fight with Doomsday, like he cracks jokes every once in a while.
Yeah.
He was like, "Is he with you?" And Batman's over here like, "I thought she was with you." Again, he was being genuine about it. Like,
yeah.
Nah, but definitely if they mostly had Barry Allen and let's say I'm not sure if the Green Lantern was in it. Don't tell me because I didn't watch it. If he was, those are the two characters I think would crack the most jokes, and maybe Cyborg. I don't know much about him.
Nah, Cyborg. He's pretty serious. He doesn't crack jokes.
Yeah.
What would y'all say is the movie of the year for you?
I was about to say that same shit. You took the words right out of my mouth, my boy. Fuck.
Bro,
I don't know.
That's difficult. That's
all right. This year it can be difficult, but if you had to pick top 3 movies of all time up till now. Let me say this shit.
In your opinion, or just in terms of success?
In my opinion, let me say my shit. I'm gonna say number 1. My favorite movie of all time is just it has to be Pulp Fiction. That's my number 1 favorite movie.
My boy.
I love that shit.
My boy.
That's definitely my number 1 favorite movie. Number 2, I don't know if everybody's gonna know this. It's a Netflix original film. Came out maybe like 2-ish years ago, maybe 3, called Beast of No Nation. It's about like this kid in Africa and like his parents die and he's just like forced to join an army and he's like fucking 7 years old and he's just like mowing people down with like AK-47s for his survival. It's like a really, really good story of survival. It's a great movie. And then my 3rd might be like Rocky because I really like those movies.
All right.
So
my top 3, think easily John Wick.
All those movies are dope. Yeah.
John Wick was amazing. The entire movie.
Yeah, like
literally nonstop killing everybody because they killed his dog and stole his car.
Yo, he mows people down. He mows people down so easily. It's great.
Right. I love it. Number 2, it would Pulp Fiction. My boy Tony, you already know Pulp Fiction. Hey. Quentin Tarantino, my favorite director of all time, did an amazing job with it. Oh, then 3. It's not an American movie. It's actually a Bollywood movie. It's called Hum Tum. And I've watched... Actually, no. Screw Hum Tum. Doom. Mm-hmm. I watched it a lot when I was a kid. It was like a secret agent type of movie and stuff like that. And like to this day, I can still watch it and have an amazing time watching it. So those are my top 3 right there.
Some old movies. Some old movies I just want to throw out there that are really good. Lethal Weapon. Those are some good movies. Bad Boys. Shit like that. I like that kind of stuff.
My top 3 movies, I'm going off of the emotion they got out of me or how I felt afterwards. I'm really big into racing, like motorsport, anything with cars. Anything with cars, I love it. Like cars is my passion. You know what I mean? My number 1 is Rush. You guys may not have heard it. It's about a rivalry between 2 F1 drivers from the 70s.
I never watched that, but it looked good as hell.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's a really good movie. And at the time, I wanted to become a race car driver and stuff. And I still watch racing to this day. And just how they depicted the rivalry and the way the movie made me feel afterwards, that's what put it at number 1. And then for me, number 2 would be Deadpool.
Okay.
Oh, Deadpool was good.
Deadpool was beautiful.
You know I still
what?
haven't watched that shit.
The part of Deadpool that's underrated is the love. I know it's not the main thing in the movie, but it's very underrated.
Dude, it's a love story. What are you on about?
Deadpool
says himself, it's a love story.
Yeah.
Simple as that. It's a love story.
Because the reason I felt that way is because the love that Deadpool, that he had for the girl, because he was sick, he didn't want to see her suffer with him. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That to me means a lot. Like that says a lot about how much he loved her. And the third one would be The Best of Me. You guys probably haven't watched it. It's more of a like girly film because it's just romance. But I'm a romantic guy. I love romance.
No, you ain't. I mean,
I love anything with romance, and I personally like that movie a lot because they just to give you a backstory on the movie, it's about two guy and a girl who meet in high school, right? And the girl is wealthy, and she goes to meet her parents. No, he goes to meet her parents at a party, and her dad literally tried to bribe the guy to leave her alone. And he said, "Screw that! I'm not taking your money." So they separated for like 20 years, and then they met back up because some old man was taking care of the guy. They met back up, and he was like it was basically like a second dad to them.
Okay.
And he passed away, so they went back to their hometown for his funeral, to clean the house, to take the belongings that he gave them, and they fell in love afterwards, after she got married or whatever, and it was crazy. Like, the love story in that is just amazing.
Oh, I've seen that movie, Jordy. I've seen it. Like, it shows, like, when they were younger, and then it shows, like, how, basically the movies, I don't know how to explain it. They're old right now, right? But it shows flashbacks to where they were younger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that movie. I fucking love that movie, yo.
That's great. That's my top 3.
Top 3 for anybody else?
Wait, hold on a second. Why does it say live stream offline right now for me?
Are you kidding me, bro? Come on.
No, it's live for me.
It says stream resumed.
Let me check for me.
Does it say it's good?
For me.
It's good? Alright, cool.
Yeah,
that's just my bullshit then, my bad. I'm just making sure.
What are the comments saying, guys? What do you guys what are your top 3? Please.
Yeah, no, they're talking about it right now.
I would love to know what you guys are.
For Julian, it's Pulp Fiction #1, Guardians of the Galaxy is #2. Jeff, Pulp Fiction 1, Reservoir Dogs 2, and then he doesn't know 3. He says it could be Empire Strikes Back or something like that. Like anything Star Wars.
All right.
And the second one, I'm gonna.
I think my top 3 of all time would have to be Halloween.
Ooh, Halloween was good. Original.
Yeah. All the Star Wars movies. I love Star Wars. They're all great in my opinion, except for Last Jedi. I'm not getting into that.
Hey, Last Jedi was good. They rushed way too many things. All right, we'll leave it at that.
Things that pissed me off for the movie. I'm not getting into it. I'm going to piss me off.
You're never gonna get into it eventually.
When that day happens, you will see angry ants. The third one is fuck man, I don't know. Probably I don't know, Friday 13th maybe. All the Friday 13th. I love horror and Star Wars and all that, so like any of that stuff I think's all great.
Savion, I don't think you gave your top 3 yet.
I gotta think about that, but I know my top 2 for this year. To me, the best movies this year I seen were It and maybe Thor. Rock.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I haven't seen Thor or It yet. You know, I was supposed to watch them with Vic over here, but you know,
I'm gonna give you guys my list. My bad, Hamza. I'll go with you again. I swear.
All right.
But all right,
good.
I'm not gonna give you guys the top 3. I'm gonna give you a top 5 because I just can't leave these. 5. We have It, the remake from this year. I fucking love that movie so much. It was really good. Then 4 we have Dope, which is a great ass movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Dope. Dope is a great movie, actually.
Yeah,
I've heard the name, but
you guys get the message from it. It's basically like, no matter from where you come from, don't let that stop you. Like, you could be from the hood. That doesn't mean you can't be a rich millionaire in years if you work hard enough for what you want to be. You know?
Yeah,
that's the main story for the movie, and I fucking love that message. All right, 3, I have Dark Knight. I fucking love that movie as well. Like, all the acting in it.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Heath Ledger, he's a legend. Like, that ass, like, he's the reason why there's so many, like, Joker fans nowadays, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Second, number 2, I have Spider-Man 2, which I fucking love that movie. I remember I went to the movie theater to watch that movie. And I just love it. It's one of my all-time favorites.
Spider-Man 2 may be the best comic book movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also,
like
the video game that they made for Spider-Man 2 was absolutely amazing. Easily the best Spider-Man game that they made. I don't know. Spider-Man PS4 is going to be up there. I know that for a fact.
I'm just saying, like, Spider-Man 2, the way they directed the movie, like, the story behind it was great. It was very reminiscent to, like, the comics and all that. And then number 1, this was the easiest one, Akira. That movie right there.
Oh, yeah.
Dang, I forgot about adding any anime.
Like, I fucking love that movie with a passion, you know? Like, I remember I first saw it on Cartoon Network because they were doing this 4-movie thing on Adult Swim. And I saw it then, and I was just, like, mind-blown. I was like, holy shit, this was a really good movie. I love like, sci-fi shit because of this movie now, you know?
Yeah.
And that's my number 1. Yeah, those are my top 5 right there.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I personally think, in terms of Spider-Man movies, my favorite, because of the way they depicted Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is, he cracks jokes. He likes to joke around a lot.
Right.
He's like a more happy-go-lucky guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms, when he's on his suit. Homecoming. I believe that's...
Oh, yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming was
All right.
Yeah, that was a good
Listen,
movie.
for Spider-Man movies, all right, a lot of people don't agree with this, but with the original Spider-Man trilogy, yeah, it was really good. It easily, like, it was better than the rest. Simple as that. But they didn't really make into the real Spider-Man. Like, you know, in the original comics, he actually built his web shooters, like, stuff like that. Like, he didn't get his all of his powers until later on and stuff like that.
I mean, that's all small nitpicky things.
I mean,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When it comes to detail, I would say the Amazing Spider-Man did a great job when it came to detail. Obviously, the suit in the first Amazing Spider-Man was garbage. I hated it. But the way that they made the character was absolutely amazing. Andrew Garfield did an amazing job. Story was pretty good too. But, like, there were a few things that obviously I understand a lot of people didn't like about it. And that's why Homecoming was a thing. Everything that they messed up with Amazing Spider-Man, they basically fixed up with Homecoming.
Right.
Like, and that's why I appreciate the Amazing Spider-Man series more, because it really shows that, and they show how he was making the web shooters too. So it really shows what character Peter Parker really is, Spider-Man is, and how he came to really be.
Yeah, the reason I love Spider-Man Homecoming as well is because he does make his own web shooters. I love how it's realistic because think about it, if one of us had the like Peter Parker's superpowers right now, wouldn't we make a bootleg costume, red and blue?
I'm not smart enough to do that.
That's what we all would do if we had his powers, you know?
I'd wear this hoodie. What do you want about?
Exactly. I'm just saying, like, the movie did Spider-Man teenagers so well, which is also why I love it as one of my favorite Spider-Man movies of all time.
Put the sticker over my eyes.
Because, like, it was so realistic.
Yeah.
And it's like,
hide my identity.
The reason I think Homecoming or the Tom Holland Spider-Man is, I mean, I'm not bashing on the original trilogy. He was great. I'm not doubting that. He was a great, but the only reason for me that Tom Holland is a better Spider-Man in terms of the character is the way he acts. He fits the more the teenage role better than he.
Yeah, definitely.
And the way he acts, I feel like he portrays Peter Parker in a better way, because I feel like who's the original man who the original guy who played Spider-Man?
Tobey Maguire.
All right, so Tobey Maguire, I feel like, I don't know, I'm not sure if you guys feel this way, but when I look at him, he was a great Spider-Man, but I feel like he was kind of awkward being Peter Parker. You know what I mean?
I thought he did it really good. Maguire was awesome.
Yeah, it's offline for me too.
What the fuck?
It's back up.
Alright, now it's saying video output low. What the fuck? How long has it been stopped for? Oh, shit.
Yeah, no, I'm watching it right now. It's like acting all buggy stuff.
Yeah, it's laggy.
Yeah.
We lost a few
expect
viewers
from a
because it
first
stopped,
stream, so.
but
It's our first stream, guys. Don't judge us on our first stream. We can do a lot better. We're gonna get better over time.
As the weeks go on, we shall be getting better.
Yeah.
thou shalt not judgeth yeteth.
Thou shalt notheth judgeth ifeth.
All right, guys. So I feel like we should get into the big topic that everybody wants to hear.
What is
That's net neutrality.
Oh, yeah. The most recent out of all of our topics.
For the main.
Alright, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know that much about net neutrality.
Me neither.
But what I know is very little, and what I do know is that a lot of the information being thrown out there, a lot of it is kind of false. Like, you know, the whole monthly payment thing, like that, paying $2 for each search for Google. I know all that stuff right there. That's all false and stuff like that. I know it's like a little way more complex than that. And then after that, that's like all I know. All I know is that like people have the common misconception.
I actually have.
Can somebody please explain a little bit or give
a rundown? Whatever.
Yeah, that would be great.
So basically, net neutrality is a thing that allows every site you go on and every media you go on to be basically free for you to use and everything like that. This guy,
some Indian.
Neutrality, so you have to pay for everything you use. So it'd be like you pay to go on YouTube to watch your video on top of like the Wi-Fi you're already paying for and the power you're already paying for to go with it. Netflix, you already got paid they increased it like $13 a month now.
I think so, maybe.
I thought they increased it like that. You gotta pay for that. You gotta pay for this now. It's like $10, I think it is. $10 a month for that, and your Wi-Fi. So all that together, you're just about paying $30 to watch some shows on Netflix.
Right here. My boy, Jeep and Bull G. Hey.
Nah, I heard some shit. People were like, "Oh, $20 for Facebook, $15 for Instagram, $10 for Snapchat, fucking $9.99 per movie on Netflix." I'm like, why not just go to Redbox then? What's the point of having Netflix?
All right,
and again, that's what I'm saying. Like, that stuff you just said, that's false.
What happened, Hamza?
Like all that stuff you just said right there, like that's all false.
To check the news,
that's not the way that they're doing it.
No, but to be honest, I don't agree with net neutrality. Most of the people don't agree with it.
Nobody does.
There's no benefit. You don't gain anything. You're losing
80% of the population. You're losing money. You're not gaining anything.
See, that's
80% of the population doesn't want it to happen.
But hey, guys, here's the fair part. If you don't buy it, they lag out your internet so badly that you don't even want to use it anymore.
So we're basically gonna go back to the 80s, technically, when we didn't have no internet or nothing. If you want to go there,
that'll be ass, but then we'll force them. That'll force them to go back to their old ways. So I mean,
exactly. It's kind of good, but it's kind of bad at the same time because one of the problems that society is having now, we're so focused on the internet and what everybody else is doing, we don't focus on learning our communication skills because that's how some people aren't as successful today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or that's how relationships don't really work. That's how businesses don't really work because people don't converse.
That's the thing, man. It's everything's through text all the time now, man. It's like, dude, you go out to eat, you see a ton of couples and they're all on their phones at the same time. It's like, bro, why aren't you talking? You see friends, they're just on Instagram the whole time. One thing look, if you're using it once in a while, that's completely fine and normal. But if you're on it 100% of the time that you are with people in some sort of social setting, and you actually enjoy being around those people, man, be in the moment with those around you, whether it's your family, your girl, your whoever it is, man. Like, again, if you want to check Instagram and you got some, or maybe you have an important phone call or whatever it is, man. Like, personally,
or you're waiting on like some important text.
Yeah, I'll leave that shit. But most of the time, I'll leave that
onto it. But don't live into your phone.
Yeah, I usually just wait until that shit goes later. Like, there's people that legit text motherfuckers all day long. It's like, how much do you have to say to this like group of people? Like, fuck, just like take a break and do your own thing. It's like, I feel like there's so many people that are just constantly like, oh, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like, bro, nobody gives a fuck. Just do your own thing. It's like, I feel like so many people are just focused on, well, let me talk to all these people, but that's why they don't get anything done. It's like
I would like to say that, again, this also ties in with the racism. People are so focused on social media, they read what's on social media and they believe it.
They believe it way too easily.
Again, if you talk to people, whatever culture they're from, doesn't matter who it is, you'll learn that not everybody's like that. Only certain people are like that. You know, like, you won't be so closed-minded.
All you learn from the internet is stereotypes. That's
exactly.
That's all you learn from the internet. You don't learn what a race is truly like, because what's the difference between me and Tony right now? Oh, I'm Muslim. He's like whatever he believes in.
Catholic.
What? Do me and him not bleed? Bleed? Do we not think same? Like, what? Like, do we not breathe, live? Like,
one thing that makes me so mad about Ajit, right? He had a video on YouTube of like 7 things you can still do after net neutrality is gone, right? And it's like him spinning a fidget spinner, a Nerf gun in his hand with Eclipse glasses on, with like a Santa Claus Christmas clothes on. I was like, bro, this is the guy who's taking away the internet right now. He's taking away trying to own me.
He's just like, do some even more stupid shit with your time.
People on the screen right now.
That's 2017 in a rep for you guys.
Yeah.
We got Donald Trump as a president.
Wait, weed being legalized in Jersey.
That's another thing.
Get it?
I personally don't agree with weed. I don't care if anybody else does it. I would rather, but that's another thing. If they legalize weed, I don't know why they're mostly doing it, is to tax people. They don't want people buying it from a dealer. They want people going to the office.
You mind if I cut you off for a second?
Dude, do you know how much this is actually worth, though, right? For Jersey itself, like, this is a business that's worth over like $1.3 billion.
No, definitely.
Like, that's also another reason why they're like going in for it. Like, this could actually help the state itself into becoming like somewhat better.
Hey guys, I'm not gonna cut you off for long. I just want you guys.
My boy Phil Murphy. Shout out to my boy.
Guys, what's like? Xavier wants to say something.
I'm sorry, Xavier.
That's the legend.
That's the guy. That's the guy.
Boiz.
That's unbelievable.
But one of the things about
the internet.
One of the things about marijuana is that I don't personally agree with it. It's your choice if you want to do it. You shouldn't be forced into doing it with other people. And I personally think it shouldn't be advertised as, oh, hey, do this. It should be the person's choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, again, like we were saying before, our society is so easily manipulated into thinking something or doing something. Like, we should let people make that decision by themselves, not be manipulated into doing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because once they legalize it, I know for a fact the commercials are going to start coming. I have no problem with it. Just don't manipulate people into doing it. Make it their 100% choice.
Well, I mean, look how much money they already make off of alcohol. That shit's so bad for you, but that shit should, a lot of people would agree that shit should be illegal too, but not how much money they make off of that shit. They say don't drink and drive, but you know how many motherfuckers, they know they're gonna do it anyway, and they still arrest them, and these cops make so much.
Like, the government really doesn't care. As long as they're getting money from taxes, they're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Drug dealers are gonna have to move to selling coke.
And this is another thing that they could tax and get more money to waste on the military when they should be wasting it on their own country
Yeah.
to
Improve.
benefit its people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One thing I learned.
How many states have
America
legalized it so far though? Washington,
I know.
Cali, New York did legalize it, but you can only carry a gram on you.
Colorado.
Well, Jersey and I think 40, 60 days on that time. It's like 5 states so far.
I'm not sure if Florida legalized it because they have a huge problem with drugs.
Oh,
so
sure. The state that has the biggest drug problem right now is Oregon. They've had for meth and heroin, Oregon's the reason why there's a drug meth and heroin problem in America. That's the central to where.
I mean, New Jersey got a opium problem.
Yeah, no, Bayonne has a pretty big cocaine problem. Vic, do you remember when we went to Wendy's? In one day, we saw 2 cokeheads.
Yeah.
One went inside Wendy's, and one was just passed out on the side of the alley.
Damn.
Mark was there. Steve was there. I forgot who else was there. I don't know if Julian was there or not.
Yeah, he was.
He was there. All right. Yeah. Ant, were you there?
No.
No. Yeah.
No,
Somebody else was there too. I forgot.
A guy came into Wendy's, and he was out of it. He didn't know who he even was. Started taking our food.
Yeah. He walked up. He was like, "Yeah, I got burgers." I thought it was a homeless guy.
Nah, but
You're like, nah. He said, "I know you got them fries though." Grab Vic's bag.
I feel like that's definitely some shit Victor would say if he was high. You got them fries though?
Right? Went to the ketchup dispenser, filled his hand up with ketchup, ate it out of his hand, and was like, "I want Coke." He went up to the guys, be like, "Yo, y'all got soda? Y'all got Coke?" He stuck his hand there and started pouring it in himself. It was amazing.
What the fuck, yo?
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
That's
but
crazy.
what do you guys think about legalizing? Do you?
I don't know, man. I'm not with that. I'm not with any of that. So I mean,
My question would be actually, do you think that legalizing weed will legalize other drugs in the future?
no. Not maybe. It
Like,
depends on the
later
extremity
down
of
the
it.
line.
It depends how extreme, it depends on the extremity of the drug. I think if it's
Right.
constantly killing motherfuckers, then obviously I don't. No.
Alright, this is my thing. I don't think weed is gonna influence any other drug to be legalized unless they somehow find some medical, miracle out of it. They're like, oh snap, meth can cure cancer. You should,
Yeah, there's a lot of.
They would start doing some stuff for that.
There's not necessarily. Well, yeah, but there's a lot of people saying
that's
that.
the only way I can see any hardcore drug being legal.
There's a lot of people saying that medical marijuana can cure cancer and all these different diseases, and
I mean,
and that's why they.
It helps.
They're saying it helps a lot, and they're saying that it can
doesn't cure it.
not only.
if you break your pelvis, right, during surgery they give you pure heroin to numb the pain of it.
Yeah.
And it's pure heroin isn't addictive at all.
Right.
It's just if you're on the streets that they add into it. It's actually addictive.
Yeah, and then people get off of that and they want that, and that's how they get into it.
A lot of crazy stuff inside drugs that you get off the streets.
What are the problems that people have or misconceptions is that they think that about weed. Again, I'm not against it and I'm not for it either. I'm in between. I wouldn't help it myself personally, but I think people say that weed isn't bad for you. And
it is. It absolutely is.
It is. And what doesn't matter what anybody says, you're putting smoke into your lungs. Whatever smoke it is, it's bad for you.
If it's not air, it's not for your lungs. Simple as that.
If it ain't air, don't do it.
And I'm not sure if I think it's the rappers. I'm not sure if all the rappers have it, but they contain nicotine either way, or the drugs that you buy off a dealer or whatever. They
most rappers they go crazy on lean and Xans.
Yeah.
Pills are stupid addictive. I don't care what anybody say. That's probably the most addictive stuff out there right now.
No, I'm not talking about rappers that rap music. I'm talking about like the rap for
Oh, you're talking about? I thought you were talking about like.
Yeah, I thought he was talking about like
yeah,
actual.
rap.
you
know, like, rap like that. Like they still have like the tobacco bits and stuff like that inside of them. Like there's still like nicotine in it. And people are like, oh yeah, don't worry about it, man. Unless you're getting it from like I think their name is Raw. Like they sell like separate wrap for weed.
Yeah.
So unless you're getting stuff like that, you're smoking nicotine. Simple as that. You know,
it's still bad for you either way.
Yeah.
Same thing with hookah. Hookah is, I heard.
I'm not gonna lie, I do it a lot, but like hookah is bad for you.
I was in health class and they were saying that hookah is like smoking. You know, when somebody smokes one cigarette, when you that could be bad for you also. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel on that. Like vape, for example, like they make vape juices and stuff like that. Like you can either get like it filled with nicotine, like you can get like I don't know how like how many grams you can put it,
right? Yeah. You're putting water vapor in your lungs. So when you just like eventually just drown on land, built up water.
I mean, well, keep in mind that you're blowing it all out too, and it's like.
I mean, it still stays in there a little bit.
I mean, a bit, but it's not like crazy.
I just want to know if one day you're just gonna end up drowning on land.
Well, I have a like now that we're talking about.
Keep in mind that your body is like it's warm, all right. It's hot in there, so like that water vapor, it's finito for that. It's coming out one way or another.
Pause.
It's not gonna just stay right there, like form into like an icicle, like pierce your lung while you try to breathe.
Now that we're talking about weed,
yeah,
these rappers nowadays that I kind of don't like about them. For example, Lil Pump, he talks about Xanax a lot.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. Xanax and lean.
It's becoming very popular right now,
yeah.
but that.
The Xannies are too easy to get. That's the thing.
I know it's addicting, and it could end up killing someone, which is a lot of rappers are talking about it. And
that's how.
It's influencing,
Isn't that how Lil Peep died?
Yeah, Lil Peep died because he OD'd on Xanax.
No, his was late. Something.
Yeah, you're right. A fan gave it to him, and it was laced.
Yeah.
Like Percocets too, like Molly Percocets.
Yeah.
That started getting pretty big.
Even Future
stuff that's so easy to get, like bro. I have a bottle of promethazine upstairs right now. Get me some Sprite. I can make lean on the spot. It's that
like
easy.
Even Future, bro. Like he admitted how I saw this video where he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not really all about drugs all the time as much as a lot of his friends, as much as Future's friends are." But he said he sings about it, he raps about it, just because that's what's popping, that's what people want to listen to.
Yeah.
Like if he raps about something else, that's some real shit. Oh, maybe it'll get some people that like it. But if he makes a song about Molly, Xans, lean, weed, cocaine, he makes some shit like that, and with a like a Metro Boomin beat, bam, that shit's like boom, like 1 billion views. You know what I'm saying? So it's really it's crazy.
Like what we were saying when we were talking about music, back in the day, like in the early 2000s, when we grew up, the music was like we were saying, it had meaning, it meant something. Now it just regurgitating the same thing.
And like I don't even mind if people talk about it in songs, but the thing is that they're just promoting it and shedding like this positive light on it, and they're just like, yeah, this is what's dope. You know what I mean? This is what it is.
See, like
the thing, the wave, and
I kind of had like Steven just put it in chat, right? Like that's the government at work. They make the worst type of drugs the most easy to get, and like my thing is with that, like how we were talking about before with the whole population control. I feel like the government kind of like makes it easy to get on purpose.
Yeah. Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Because of how many people like OD off of it and stuff like that. Like, I'm not that big into conspiracies, but when it comes to the government and stuff like that, they do some pretty shady stuff. So, like, I really wouldn't be surprised.
I personally think that. All right, it's a conspiracy. I'm not sure. I think it's possible, but I'm not gonna say it's 100%. I 100% believe it.
Yeah.
For example, Ebola, right? They were saying it was created. They were saying it was created to kill off Africans.
Right.
So that way they.
I got an example of that.
The super powerful countries could take over and get the natural resources, and you know what I mean? Not have
I feel.
Yeah.
So this might be something that
then it came to America and they're like, oh,
yeah,
we're beat.
So
like,
you
that's
guys know
another
the
form of
Black
population.
Lives Matter movement?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's always been a thing. Like, that's been around for years and years. And during George Bush's election, right? That's when it was like the most high. And to get people to forget about Black Lives Matter, they distributed meth into all the hoods and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody got hopped up on it and they forgot all about it.
Yo, you know what else is crazy about the government? I don't know if you guys believe in this, but I certainly do. Like, it took me some time to actually open my mind up to the idea, but it's weather control. And I heard about it several times, and then eventually this movie came out called Geostorm. And then,
I watched that.
it was a really great movie with Gerard Butler, excellent actor, probably in my top like 5 actors as well. By the way, and then another thing is even Kodak, like he even mentions it in one of the songs. I think it's called Bar with Six Slack and maybe B or Alessia Cara. It's one of those girls, and it's a pretty good song. And at the end of it, he just goes on this whole spiel, like this whole freestyle about how they got weather control and he knows motherfuckers in the industry that know other people that are in that, and it's crazy because it really is realistic.
Well, I mean,
there's so much time that they have to just distract us, like we were talking about before, and nobody else knows the kind of shit that they're really capable of. Like the fact that remember how we were talking about the exterminating a good amount of the population. Another way they could do it is through weather control as well. Like they could just be like, "Hey, fucking tornadoes!"
You guys remember the movie 2012?
Yeah, I never watched it, but I heard of it. Yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy because like remember I don't know what was it in like Texas and all these places. It was like 3 back to back within like 2 weeks. And it was killing mad people, and it was like just a few months ago. And it was just nonstop. It was like, what the fuck is this?
It was like earlier,
yeah.
I personally think that we should stop worrying about what other people do. What by that, how different we are in terms of cultures, because the most important thing is the human race to survive, right?
Yeah.
And we're not doing that correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Because our number one option, our best option to survive in this universe, galaxy, or whatever, or in this planet, is to take care of it. Because this is the only planet we have as of right now that we could survive on.
Right.
And we're focusing on wars. We're focusing on he said, she said, or whatever.
Yeah.
We don't focus on the main thing. Because ice caps are melting. I don't care what anybody says. Because here's the thing.
Global warming's a myth. What?
Listen, people say that the Arctic is growing with ice. The only reason that's growing is because when you mix fresh water and salt water in a very cold temperature, the fresh water ices up on top and makes it seem like it's growing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's not growing; it's just melting, and the sea levels are going to rise. There's sea animals that are dying. There's animals around the world that are going extinct.
Right,
not just
all the time.
Like you don't really understand it. Like we're doing our best to like preserve certain animals, but there's a lot of unidentified species out there that we have no idea about. Like we don't even know how deep the ocean goes. Like,
now
we don't know what's down there.
Now that we're talking about the world and everything like that, so you know that there's alright, so there's this thing made saying that he thinks that the Earth is flat, and then he talked to a bunch of other motherfuckers, and then there's a whole movement based on it, and what they're trying to say, and I've seen multiple videos on it, and all right. So here's essentially what they're trying to say. They're trying to say, okay, here it is, right? It's flat, and you have Earth here, you have and then it's covered by the Antarctica, by like all this ice and all this shit going down, and they're saying that's why a lot of people can't even get into certain parts that's blocked off by the military, because they have shit there that's hidden, and they don't want you to know about all these lies that they've been trying to cover up for a long amount of time.
I feel like Area 51 is just a cover up.
No, it definitely is. Hell yeah, it
let
is.
us know about it.
For a fact, it is.
Keep our attention off something else.
I personally think that the government's hide stuff from us. That's not a
that without a doubt. And the crazy thing is that everything that we learn in school, bro, we're basically being set up to lose. It's like we're just being lied to and just fed these like, hey, A, B, and C, and D. That's what you're gonna follow. Everybody's lives is set up like those 4 letters. Yeah. You're gonna follow this, and not only that, but you're gonna make this income, and you're gonna have these amount of kids, and this is where you're gonna live, and you're gonna be happily ever after, and then bye. Like, no, man, and they just try to hide so much shit, and I feel like it's possible that one day, like, if so much shit get exposed to the point where it's like, even if they try to kill off enough motherfuckers that try to tell the truth and expose them, it could still get out there. Like, I feel like eventually one day I
just remembered. Do you guys remember? I feel like I forgot when it happened. I think it was over the summer. Yeah. Like, I think it was like, I forgot where, but it was in like multiple spots in America. There were UFOs. Yeah, and then like the government were like, "Oh yeah, no, this was just a test of like
my ass is a test."
I believe that
there was I remember there was like a UFO in like in Bayonne, like there was like a round circle and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's like Bayonne, so obviously nobody really gave a shit about it.
I personally believe that the U.S. government knows about and contacts alien species.
Oh yeah.
I believe even the POTUS. If you don't
believe that an alien species is alive, you're actually insane. Because, all right, how do you explain us? How do you explain the human race?
Like, look.
How do you explain dogs? How do you explain cats?
Yeah, like, look, this is what I say. Okay, yeah, obviously reproduction, but before reproduction, there had to be 2 to exist in the first place. What the fuck? Like, you know what I find dumb? All right, and like, all right, I'm gonna try to give some respect to that idea because I do respect. I think it was Stephen Hawking that came up with the theory of the Big Bang. But come on, do you guys really believe that? I saw this one video where this guy made light of it, and he was like, "Oh, so I'm gonna throw a fucking candle at my fucking cardboard box, and all of a sudden I'm just gonna see fucking tacos and Jordans." No, that doesn't make sense. It just don't work like that. Like it's not just gonna boom like something appears out of nothing. That makes no sense. Like. It just doesn't. Like I don't believe in that shit.
That's where, like, a lot of people bring in, like, faith with God.
Yeah.
That's when a lot of people start bringing that up. Mm-hmm. But I'm over here like, listen, when it comes to the creation of the universe and all that stuff, it's a never-ending fight. That nobody's ever going to win. Everybody's always going to lose. That's where it gets tricky, though.
That's where it gets tricky because, for example, in the Christian religion, if anybody is in the of a different religion.
Right.
I'm not bashing. Don't take this the wrong way. But I'm just going off of the Christian religion. We think we go off of the base that God created everything, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or they go off of that, and then science fights that with saying it was the Big Bang. There isn't no real answers to both. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There isn't.
Yeah.
Maybe there is a God. Whatever God it is, it doesn't have to be the Christian God. It could be any God.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be the Big Bang. We don't know about that yet. Like, we haven't found out concrete information to fully support either.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Either side.
Here's my idea. Here's my idea on God, right? I got 2 things to say about that. One, I say God is like the personification of what you should be like. Basically, like your conscience saying, do this, do that, don't do that, or I'll punish you. Not now, but it'll come later on in life. It'll come back to get you. in some way.
What goes around comes around.
Of a consciousness. 2, I don't believe in God, but I do believe in like higher dimensional beings. Like you're 3-dimensional, you're 3D. Right now, you're physical, you exist, everything like that. You're 3D. 2D would be like something like a line on paper.
Right.
That's so below you that it can't do anything to you. It doesn't even. It's just a line on paper. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't mean anything to you, right?
Right.
What if there's beings above us that just do whatever they want, and we are like the result of that?
See,
we're just doing our own thing.
I thought a lot about
that paper
when I first started getting into Deadpool and stuff like that. That's when I started thinking about stuff like that. That's how it is with Deadpool.
Lady Death. Lady Death is like a higher being.
Yeah.
She's like the living embodiment of death, and she just watches over everything. She does her thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Below that level, can't really get up to her. Stuff like that.
I think since we were talking about aliens, I was watching the History Channel, and the History Channel, I understand it isn't fully accurate, and they may put bullshit stuff on their shows, like 99% of it. But they were talking about how the Earth is literally creating a force field around itself. I'm not sure if you guys know about that.
Nah, enlighten me.
But like it's creating basically a force field around itself, and they're saying that supposedly there's
wait, hold on, Jordy. Someone's watching it, or something's going on that it's trying to echo.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off, but I just don't want the audio to get fucked up.
That's alright.
It's
good. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, Vic, you go shoot.
Alright, so
opinion about the alien stuff. Here's what and I'm gonna talk not just about aliens, but like what I think of like God and all that. Obviously, there's definitely aliens because we're not a coincidence.
Yeah, like come on.
The planet Earth, it's rare. Yet again, we've seen planets with like different types of water, and not just that. Like, remember the asteroid that killed off most of the dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Think about it. There were bacteria back then.
Yeah.
If you impact something, the force is going to be equal. Like rocks shut out into outer space, right?
Yep.
So there's a theory that there's like space dinosaurs out there. I mean, I believe it because it's all there. You know, they can adapt to like different.
To be honest,
and all that.
To be honest, I think when people say there's no aliens, although the way we picture aliens is different from us, but we think that we try to find planets that are like Earth to see if there's people living there. But for example, in the comic books or whatever, or in Star Wars for itself, they have different planets with different beings that breathe. We're looking in the wrong place.
See, again, I feel like we're looking at the right places, but the government just chooses not to show us. Because, all right, think about it like this.
No, if the government probably knows, but they're just giving it.
No. Think of it like this, though. Look at how the human race is right now. How do we adapt to something new? We don't go to it well, all right?
Yeah.
We see something we don't know, we get scared of it, and we do whatever we can to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But one of the problems that causes, though... Sorry to cut you off, Hamza, but one of the problems hiding something from somebody to protect them causes is exactly what you were saying. It creates backlash. They're scared. But if you feed them into it and you let them get used to it, they'll eventually be like, okay, there's other things. Let's not. If anything, we should prepare ourselves just in case it comes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if everybody knows that there's aliens and there's 100% truth, at the beginning we'll be like, oh no, we're gonna get attacked or whatever. But if as soon as we grow into it, and then if they come, whether they're bad or they're good, we won't have chaos.
Yeah, that's another thing too, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of good and bad ones. Like, people think, like every fucking alien movie you see, it's always like, they're coming to take over. Like, how do you know they don't want to fucking help us? Look at the pyramids. Like, I don't care how many people, they want to say that
I
fucking
swear to
created
God,
that
I think
shit.
the pyramids were made by aliens. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You see that?
Yeah.
How fucking
But
precise that shit is
At
made.
that
Like
time, there's no way that
There's no way.
there's no way.
That-
Because
they-
I even heard that
just
even
like
with
that.
today's technology, they can't do it.
We can't even rebuild the pyramids today.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what
they-
I'm
they
fucking
can't-
saying. There's
Why do you
no
think
way.
they're not being remade? Because they literally cannot be made.
And they're also aligned with like certain stars in the fucking universe. Come on, give me a fucking break. There's no way in hell that they fucking
I'm just
made
saying, to be honest, no. This
It had
what
to be
I learned
aliens.
is that everywhere around the world, pyramids are put a certain way.
Mhm.
Like, for example, in the Antarctic, there's a pyramid that was recently found. There's pyramids around the world, and the way they're put around the world, it supposedly causes something. I'm not sure. I don't know exactly what it is,
Right.
but it causes something that has to do with aliens or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, Jordy, now, going back to that discussion, say, all right, at a point, the human race is like, all right, these people are coming, and all right, like, that's it, that's going on, there's no war, there's no, like, it's just like as if they're, like, with us.
Yeah.
Racism comes back into term right there.
No, yeah, definitely.
They're like, oh, look at these beings, they're not human, they're not up to our level, like,
But
and yet,
again,
like, they're over here, like, having enough technology to, like, travel to this, like, planet to begin with.
But again,
Just
I
like-
think that racism might come from some people because of, you could say
Racism will
it's-
always be here, man. Racism
No.
will always be here. It's
Ra-
impossible
no.
to destroy it.
One of the big things about racism is that some people are jealous.
Yeah.
If not, some people want to be on top, right?
Huh?
If aliens come, they're more advanced than us. They're probably stronger than us. They could do more than us. We'll
Yeah.
look at them and be like, some of us will grow hatred towards them. For this stupid reason that they're better than us. But we could learn from them and possibly be at their level one day. You know what I mean?
But what's
If we
to
work
say?
together.
What's to say that they're not just using us? What if the government, like, think about it? I know damn well the government, like, you know how our cell phones have 4G right now, you know? The
Yeah.
government probably has 400 times the power of that, you know? Like, they probably
Oh, no, they do.
They have technology that we don't even know exists. But think about it. I feel like
Bro,
aliens, they're watching
NASA,
over us.
NASA
The
alone,
government knows this.
within like a second, they can like download hundreds of gigabytes of like
Exactly.
files.
No, terabytes even.
terabytes within
I've heard-
seconds.
The thing is,
I-
I believe that the government knows, like, they obviously met aliens. They most likely contacted them because I believe that
They
aliens have
definitely
not
did.
tried to
Yeah.
contact with us. The thing is, the government,
I feel like aliens had contact
and
with us.
they're doing such a good job about it, in my opinion. Think about it. A UFO appears with the power that we have nowadays. Snapchat, someone becomes viral, posts it on Facebook or Instagram. That goes so viral, and everybody sees it. You know.
Yeah.
That's one reason I feel like the government's hiding it because it'll go out of control.
Yeah.
So they could be true to us.
If people riot about
Yeah.
stupid shit, they'll definitely, bro, the whole world will go nuts over that.
I want you guys' opinion on this topic, though. All right.
Yeah.
Your thought
I
about
want Victor to know this.
Wait, is it gonna be a different topic or is it kind of related?
It's the same thing.
no. What I'm about to ask is a different topic.
All right. Can we finish this? I had a couple things I wanted to ask you guys.
All
Keep
right,
that in mind, though. Don't forget, even if you have to write it down or something.
I got you.
All right. So, just relating back to these people that are thinking about the flat Earth thing. They're also saying shit about the planets that they tell us exist, that they don't actually look like that. They might actually look different, and they might actually not be real. Maybe there's other shit out there that's way different, but they just don't want us to know. And NASA might just be faking shit. What do you guys think about
The
that?
moon landing.
Yeah, a lot of people think that the moon
that's
landing
one
was...
actually interesting thing.
No, I think that actually happened. I think
Really happened because I don't think they want to recreate that. That's such a powerful moment. But I heard stories and I seen the video, like the Science Channel. They're like Neil Armstrong. Like I remember there was broadcast and he was saying like, "Oh, I see something. It's flying. What is that?" And then immediately the government cut the live stream off. And if you can see one of the pictures or something, there's a picture of like his helmet, and there's something glowing on like his helmet's shining, and like I don't think they'd fucking do that out of nowhere, out of.
Well, I mean, keep in mind, Photoshop is a thing, even back then.
But was it a? Yeah, no, but like that was it's a picture that was taken back in the '60s.
Yeah, no, even back then, dude, like Photoshop was kind of a thing. But it was it wasn't like Adobe where like, oh, you click and put. No, it's like you literally had to put it on the film.
No, one of the things that I would say I would love for the government to do is go back to the moon.
I don't know, man.
No, you know what I think? Why we won't go back to the moon?
Too much money.
And no, not too much money.
There's enough
dark side of the moon. That's why Dark Side of the Moon probably has something there.
Yeah, you know what a lot of people say? A lot of people think that there's different colonies of aliens and shit back there.
Yeah,
and
I heard that.
And satellites and all this cool shit.
Yeah,
I heard that. I heard that. I'm kind of going crazy right now. My bad for cutting out, Jordy. What does it say? I'm just gonna pull something crazy. What if they didn't come back to Earth? What if it's an android that we think is Neil Armstrong and the astronauts? What
that could be a possibility.
That's the reason why we haven't gone back. Why we haven't talked about going back to the moon. Why we only we're in space, but we don't go back to the moon? Because the dark side thing might be a legitimate thing. What if they got stuck there and they couldn't get back?
I think that if it was true that they actually went, I think that the reason we don't go back, if anything, there's an alien species that the government is not cool with. That was like, yo, get out of here.
Yeah, that's a good idea. If we're going all the way to fucking Mars,
I feel like Neil Armstrong went up to him acting like he was hot shit and just got bitched and went back to Earth.
Yeah, and all the aliens were like, yo, get food.
Guys, all right? Alright, we go back, we're dead. It's finito. It's chops. It's clips,
yeah, because
right?
you know they even want to send. They want to send regular citizens to fucking Mars. They want to do that like 10 people. And you know what? But one thing about the moon that's interesting, and I've seen this a couple people talk about it, how NASA has sent out several pictures of the Earth. Now, whether it's textbooks, you just look it up online, wherever it is that you see pictures of the Earth, it always looks some sort of fucking different. Like, it's either there's color change, there's always fucking things look different, like in different places. The color, like it's just everything always looks different. Why does it look that fucking different each time? It shouldn't. It should look at least somewhat similar. I don't care if it's different lighting that they use with the camera, different angles, bro. It should be somewhat similar, but somehow it always looks completely different. Like you could go on Google Images, look up Earth, and how the fuck you gonna tell me that there's all these different ones? Like it looks completely different. Like a lot of the times. That's one thing, and another thing is also they took pictures. Hold on 1 second. They also took pictures of the Earth while supposedly they were on the moon, but people were saying that it would be like too far away to even see or anything. Like something about like you wouldn't be able to see it too well, right? You wouldn't be able to see the whole thing because Earth is too big and it's close to the moon. But then there's actual pictures of NASA themselves where you can see part of the moon, and then at the end you can actually see like the entire Earth. So that's basically exactly contradicting what they said, like their own statements. So I mean, I don't really understand that.
Tony, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
But you know when you were saying there was it looked different. By different, what do you mean?
Like, all right, so let me show you. So let me go on Google so I can actually show you guys the pictures I was talking about.
This is from Apollo 17.
I can't see you guys for some reason.
That's from Apollo 17, and then this is a different one right here.
Yeah.
Another one that NASA posted.
Alright, can you explain to me because I can't see you guys?
You probably gotta click something. Like that happened to me before, Jordan, and it was I just saw like one person, then I saw nothing, and then I had to click like call. It said like join call again or something. You probably just gotta look around a little bit. But
wait. What are you guys getting on about, like, the Earth looking different, though?
Essentially, we're trying to say that maybe NASA is trying to hide what the Earth really looks like.
Probably just the cloud.
Photoshop.
Like, look.
think-
Why would they Photoshop it though? Like, why not just show what it really fucking looks like? Look, I'm gonna show you this right now. Okay.
Maybe what if like you just made me think of something. What if there's an alien colony living on Earth?
Yeah, there definitely could be. You know how there's the man. Wait, what the hell just happened? Who did we lose?
Bermuda
Jordan?
Triangle.
All right, he'll join in a second. But all right, so you know how we have the crust, mantle, and core. So why wouldn't who's to say that it's not possible that one of them lives within the mantle? They say it's all magma and shit down there, but how do you know they're not like these weird worm aliens that can survive in that sort of habitat and everything? You know, and even in the core, like, why it's so awkward to even think that there's like this big ass ball of metal in the middle of everything. It's just you never know what really exists inside of all this shit. But look, here's one picture of the Earth, right? And then, all right, that's one picture. Then you scroll. Look how different that looks compared to this.
I think by different. You
Now
mean,
look at that.
It's the clouds. Just
I mean,
look at
yeah,
this.
it's the clouds. There's more clouds on.
Now look
ones
at
that
that.
you're showing. And also,
What the fuck?
they're not. There's also other continents. They're probably taking pictures of those other continents. That's why it looks differently. You know what I mean?
Now, if you're saying like, oh, like it's the same continent, but like it's like, you know, and now it's like a little bit too big or too small, then all right, we'll understand you on that part. Then something's up. But like, you know, if it's just like the clouds and stuff like that,
I
then
don't
it's
know,
like,
man.
you know.
I'm just saying. I've seen.
Nah,
It's a
I
possibility.
get where you're coming from, though.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. I'm just mentioning it so you like just to see what you guys think about it. I've seen it on several videos, people talking about like, oh, why it looks so different. But I don't know. I just kind of want to see what you guys thought about it. What do you? So you think it's just the clouds, Hamza? Mainly, that's it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, hold up. There's a lot of other like, you know, theories about the Earth too, about, you know, how it's being flat and stuff like that. I mean, I don't believe that. I feel like it is a sphere, but like, I can understand where people come from. Be like, oh,
Yeah.
then why is it like sometimes you can see the moon like when it's like, you know, bright as like, you know, the sun, like, you know, when the sun's just like stupid, like, you know, like it's stupid bright out, you can still see the moon though. I can understand where people come from that, where they're like, oh, it's because, like, you know, the Earth is flat, that's why. But, like, you know, at the same time, it's just like, again, that wouldn't make sense. Like, gravity wouldn't, like, it wouldn't, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like,
It's
Also,
difficult to explain, man.
you know,
Wait, guys,
around the sun.
you guys can see me, right?
No.
I'm sorry.
nah, we can't.
You can't see me.
Mm-mm.
Nah.
What is this?
It's
Let
like
me
a
tell
computer,
you.
that's what it is.
Nah, but another thing I wanted to talk about, all right, so I was in my photography class the other day, and our teacher was saying some shit about
There we go.
he heard. I still can't see you yet. It's probably just loading. That's all. All right, now I can see you, Jordy. But he was talking. Our teacher was talking about how like there may be different people and different time dimensions, and you're just crossing at that moment, and all of this weird shit going on. He's like, "Oh, we could all be in this room, but you're in this."
Talking about the multiverse?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, no, I 100% believe in the multiverse.
Yeah.
There's another universe where we're all doing this right now, but instead of me waving, I'm not waving. Like,
There's a theory.
like I believe in that, bro.
Interesting theory.
Like, yo, multiverse, whatever, you right now, we talking to each other right now. Yeah, you having good? How you doing? Good? Word?
No, dude, there's a theory that I actually think it's crazy and mind blowing. That for every decision you do,
Oh yeah, the butterfly.
I was gonna talk to you about that. Yeah,
No, I believe in the butterfly
I'm
effect.
about to if I'm about to say
like alternate
I
I
universes.
just stopped, bro.
when in another universe I didn't. If I'm like thinking of like slapping Anthony, but yet again I'm not. If I do, there's a universe where I didn't and I give him a hug. But in this universe I slap him.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about slapping it. What?
No, what? One
Yeah.
thing that one thing that's really crazy is not to change subject, but you know what's really crazy? Time
You?
travel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
mess
talk
with
about
time
that too. That's just crazy.
Nah. I mess with the multiverse, but I don't mess with time travel. Time travel is way too confusing. anything you can do can change the timeline. And then within those timelines, it's just a different version of the Earth.
I believe it's true. I think it could be real. I believe.
I believe anybody can do it.
I don't necessarily believe like there's a machine, but maybe there's a portal. There's different shit. I don't know. They could definitely.
Hold on, Xavier was gonna say something.
Go ahead,
Alright, so people say there's a lot of different ways to portray time. How do you think time looks like? You think time is like this continuous chain of things that will keep going on? You think it's just like paint, like just flashes of this happens, this happens, this happens? How do you think time looks?
Like
you can't see it.
With time, I think it's like you know like how a wave is, right?
Yeah.
But it's like an unbalanced wave. Like it's a never ending wave. Like you have no idea when it's gonna fall, when it's gonna get bigger. Like if it's bigger or smaller, you can't even tell if it's big or small. If you can't tell if it's hot or cold.
That's what she said. No,
like it could be frozen on the spot. It could be burning hot. Like that's the best representation of time that I can get. An unbalanced wave.
I personally think that time is just a straight line with.
That's what I'm saying. That's one of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Oh, I'd probably disagree with that.
It's moving.
Yeah, no. A lot of people say that time is set for us. Like everything is set for us. Like every decision we make is set for us.
So by time, I mean the way time goes by. Yeah, it's a straight line, but it also has its curves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you on that right there. That's what I mean by the unbalanced wave.
Yeah,
like you have no idea what's gonna happen. But there are a lot of people who believe that everything that we're doing right now, me waving to you guys right now, that was set by time. A lot of people believe it.
I'm a firm believer of you make your own future.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in that, but you're it. But I believe in like half and half. You know what I mean? Because you are the one making it. However, you were meant to be the one making that future for yourself. So I feel like it's kind of intertwined. But at the same, it could be good and scary because it could be like, holy shit, I'm empowering my own life, which is one thing that can feel awesome is when you're legitimately living at your own terms and you're just making your own shit happen. But at the same time, it's scary because you're completely vulnerable to any sort of negative shit that can happen to you because it's just set for you. You know what I mean? And even though that happens to everybody at some point at different extremities, it's still it can still be kind of mind-boggling.
My thing is that, like, there's always going to be a balance. Yeah. Like, whenever something positive happens, there's going to be something negative. There's always going to be something negative to balance it out. Yeah. There's a balance right there. Like, life, then death. That's a balance right there. Yeah. Completely stole that by Star Wars, but, like, I that's, like, what I think onto.
Yeah.
Nah, you think. And what do you think? You haven't really said much on the topic, so like thoughts where
I don't really I don't really have anything to say about the topic. Like I can't think of anything to say about the topic.
So like
do you believe that there could be possibly a time travel and all that?
I mean, I don't think everything is set for us, but I mean time travel probably is real. I mean, I think it could happen.
I believe it.
And if it's not happening already, it's going to happen because we are getting to that level where we can.
I personally think that again, we don't know the technology that the government is hiding from us, but going off of what we know, we're not there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For example, there's scientists that are saying that time travel to the future is possible, but backwards it isn't.
Yeah.
But I think that will change over time as we get more advanced. Like, I think that we'll figure out how to do both.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another way to sorry to cut you off, Hamza.
Yeah.
That's another way to travel through space, I believe. Because if you think about it, let's say we're going to a different galaxy, right? What's the galaxy nearest from us?
Andromeda.
Yeah, let's say we're going to that. That's gonna take like light years, right?
Yeah.
We could time travel to when we get to that destination without aging at all. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
So that's how I feel the best way we could travel through space.
The best way we can travel through space, actually, in my opinion, is think about it, because I've seen this theory a lot. Think of it as a cube. Let me take a paper, actually. Look, to make it easier for you guys. There's this paper, right?
Yeah.
In order for us to travel from this side of the universe to this side, yeah, sure, you can do time travel, but it's still time, you know?
Yeah.
So what if like this also comes from...
What happened?
Oh shit.
Victor, bro.
Yo, Victor just like.
Like your corner of the paper.
Victor was looking like a MySpace account.
Yeah.
2007.
Oh shit.
At a boy, Vic, at a boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see what you mean though.
Alright.
Yeah.
With this side of the right?
There's an echo again.
Oh, god damn it.
This is the Milky Way. Instead of time traveling there, you can move the space around you to take you there.
Yeah.
In no time, you see? So you're already there.
That's crazy.
That's another theory that could possibly, like, in order to get somewhere fast, you need to travel faster than the speed of light.
Yeah.
Definitely. And it'll still take years. Unless you move the space around you and, like, immediately teleport there, but we're definitely, like, beyond technology.
See, alright, so, like, back to the whole time travel thing. My thing is that it's more dangerous to...
There's an echo.
Oh, it's echoing again, god.
Wait, quick question before we continue with Hamza, with what Hamza's saying. Just for fun about this whole thing, if there was going to be an invasion and we were all gonna die, would you rather die from aliens, zombies, robots, weather, or our own army?
Definitely not zombie. That's painful. Aliens, I feel like aliens would have vaporizers, like they just
That shit would be fucked up. Robots would be scary because you have a bunch of Terminators. A bunch of Terminators just go up to you.
Yeah.
No, I think that we will cause our own deaths.
Yeah. But this is more of like a fun question of just like which one would you choose that would be the least worst though? Like, would it be through weather control, our own army, the own robots that we create that just turn on us eventually when they get that intelligent, zombies or aliens? I know Hamza said, fuck all that vaporizing shit. He said, I don't want them zombies.
I know. Like, they'll vaporize you, and then that's it. Stops for you. You clean it right there. You dead. Congrats.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that we won't die from any of those. Well, you said weather change, but Mother Nature, the whole planet, will strike back at us and be like, "Hey guys, you guys really have been mistreating me." It's like a bad relationship. When the girl finally has enough, she's like, "You know what? I'm leaving your ass." You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, it's like she's finally sick and tired of getting abused by the dude, and like
exactly. That's what we're doing to the planet at the moment.
yeah.
We're the abusive boyfriend.
That's crazy.
Back, y'all.
Why are we laughing at this shit?
Hamza would put his shit like that.
Why are we laughing at this?
Wait, guys.
That's a great way of putting it, though.
Yeah.
It's accurate.
Shout out to whoever's still watching the stream. Like, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, word. Thank you to everybody that's been sharing it, watching it, commenting.
One thing that we definitely have to improve is...
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. The Rangers lost to the Devils. Oh, screw me.
Oh, that brings us to the topic. Sports.
All right, Savvy. I'll see you later.
I'm good.
gonna say, what was that thing you wanted to talk about earlier? Hamza.
Hamza said, "Fuck you, fuck this, I'm done."
Yeah.
Hamza doesn't know what real pain is. Try being a Mets fan, man. Try being a Mets fan.
I agree with Jordy. Try being a Mets fan, man.
That's real pain.
Yeah.
I'm actually ending it all right now. I'm actually gonna end it all.
Hamza.
Stop it. Stop.
You don't know what real pain is until you're a Mets fan.
Alright, Hamza, listen.
Shut up.
What was that thing you wanted to tell me earlier, or tell all of us earlier?
Oh yeah, but the stupid time travel thing. Oh God, yeah, screw that. Like, yeah. Like,
No. It was.
you know what? I'd travel in time right now, so I wouldn't have seen this. So I wouldn't have seen Rangers 3, Devils 4.
Wait, was
All
that
right.
the topic you said you wanted?
No, alright. So basically what I was saying, like, me personally, I think traveling, like, to the future is way more dangerous than traveling in the past.
Definitely.
If you travel to the past, you would know what you're changing. In the future, you have no idea what you're changing.
I believe this is my view on time as well.
Oh,
I believe that time is structured like a line, or if not like a wormhole, right? And the way people, if time travel was a thing, they'd be able to get out of that wormhole for a little bit of time, and then move backwards, and then enter the wormhole again. That's time travel in my view.
Mhm.
Time traveling forward, definitely more like scarier and like dangerous, because you don't know what you're getting yourself into, you know.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
And then there's
We're going to be wrapping up soon. It's about to be 10.
We'll wrap up around like 10,
but
15.
we got like mad talk. We can still talk for like the longest time too, man.
Yeah. Let's end it at like 10, 15. Because we like the first, because we started, to be fair, we started around like 7:10 and we had fucked up audio until like 7:20. So let's do like 10, 15, 10, 20.
alright. Let me finish my conversation real quick.
Go ahead.
Time traveling backwards, it's also
And the Islanders.
dangerous because think about it. You change. It's called the butterfly effect. I know most of you know it. You change one little thing, it dramatically changes the future or the present and future. You know, so that's what I view. That's what I see time as, like, you know. Yeah. What's the next topic?
Huh? What?
Sports, guys.
Oh yeah, sports. Sports. The Rangers lost to the Devils. That's sports for you.
All right, guys. I would like to start with the NBA. I'm not sure if you guys watch it or are familiar with it.
Familiar with it, nigga.
I would say that brief wrap up of the NBA right now, because not all of us watch sports. The Celtics are a great team this season with Kyrie Irving.
Really good.
The Rockets are a very good contender for the Warriors. The Warriors are second place right now, and the favorites right now to
Yo, do
win
you
the
know
championship.
the New York Knicks? I said Knicks are up there. Gang up in here.
No, the
Blue
heavy
orange.
favorites. The heavy favorites to win the season are the Rockets. The Rockets are a contender for the Warriors to get to the finals. The Warriors are obviously up there. The Cavaliers are up there, and the Celtics. Those are the four favorites to either reach the final or win it.
Are the Raptors doing good this year?
Yeah, they are. They're 22 and 8.
Nice. I used to be a big Raptors fan when I was a kid.
In MLB news, I'm gonna stay short on this one because
Yo, wait, it's Vince Carter's last season, right?
Yeah.
Dang, man. That guy's a legend. He's actually a legend when basketball.
moving on to MLB news, I'm gonna stay short on this. The Yankees are buying the league. They've got a super team now.
Oh yeah, and their lineup is home run derby.
They're buying the league. They're buying the next 5 World Series. That's all I gotta say. Mets are being run by people who don't know how to run a baseball team. That's all I gotta say about it. What happened?
You can't lie. We have a really good lineup coming up. You can't even deny it.
You do.
Yeah.
You guys are buying the league. That's what you guys are doing. But besides that,
This is a conversation for Eddie.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is the conversation ready. Alright, what sports association are we going to next?
NHL.
I'll tell you something about the NHL. The Rangers lost. They lost to the Devils. That's what I'm gonna tell you about the NHL. Oh, and the Islanders just lost to the Ducks. 4-5.
The NHL. I'm a new hockey fan for all of you guys that don't know, and I chose
Rangers fan for like years now, man. Oh.
I chose the newest team, the rookie team this season, and they're the Las Vegas Golden Knights, and they're having the best season a rookie team has ever had.
They're having a good season, but screw them.
They can contend for the championship, and the NHL is just crazy.
Okay, you're drunk for that, all right? You're actually drunk.
I'm not saying we're going to win it, but I'm just saying we could contend. The NHL is crazy competitive right now, and I believe that.
I swear to God, when I look at these scores,
it would be crazy to see the Devils and the Knights in the finals.
It ends in OT too.
Oh, weird.
All
right.
It ended in overtime. OT.
Anyways, back on.
I'm actually gonna end my life right now, bro.
The last thing about sports is soccer. Obviously, the biggest game of the season in terms of club football, the biggest rivalry, El Clasico, is this Sunday against Real. It's gonna be Real Madrid versus Barcelona. Forza Barca. I'm a Barca fan.
Barcelona.
I personally think that not being
France,
biased, Barca is going to win because they got the greatest player alive. They're in crazy good form. The way they're playing this season is not the way Barcelona usually plays, but it's something different, and it's effective, and they'll catch Real Madrid off and go on to win the title. Win a lot of games.
Can I just say this just shows how little like the rest of us actually watch sports. that Jordy's over here telling like all the information.
This is when the 1, 2, 3 thing comes in handy. This is honestly the only time.
No, like, I'd rather play a sport than hear about it or watch it.
Yeah.
No, I feel you.
Hockey is the only sport that I can I can watch, mainly because I can't skate and I can't play.
That's why I'm trying to go quick about it and not stay too long, because not everybody in here watches sports. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know one sport that you guys do like is UFC.
What do you guys think about McGregor? What do you guys think about McGregor? You think he's gonna come back? You think he's gonna fight Khabib? You think he's gonna buy part of the UFC?
Having a rematch with Diaz again?
I would like to see that. Well, that would be 3. That would be 3, right?
Yeah, that'd be the third fight. Yeah. But right after the McGregor fight, they were talking about it.
McGregor would win, hands down.
Nah, I mean Nate won the last one. Like,
no, Nate lost the last one.
Oh yeah, he won the first one. Then
I was gonna say,
he won the first one. Then
someone's echoing.
Oh my God, who's echoing?
Oh, UFC 219, guys. Who do you think is gonna win? The main event is Chris Cyborg versus Holly Holmes.
Cyborg, hands down. Cyborg fucks everybody up.
Cyborg
is off.
What happened?
Live stream is off.
It is? Why?
It's off. Oh, there it goes.
It's back on?
It's back on?
Alright, but now we have 9 people watching, so I feel like we got some more people back in. No.
Sick. Call if you got him.
Again, Chris Cyborg is a beast. That's all.
10:05. We got 10 people watching.
All right. Let's stop all of this.
Thank you to those people that.
Let's stop all of this negativity in the chat. Let's stop all this negativity in the chat, please. Let's keep
What's
this
the
positive.
negativity? What's going on?
It's everybody's talking about suicide this and people taking stuff seriously and blah 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 blah. I don't know, something like that. Something about
Guys.
guys.
We're trying to spread positivity.
We're trying,
guys.
yeah, and I'm not saying, yeah. Look, just try to keep it, chill. Try to keep it good vibes, please. All right.
Only positive vibes up here, cuz.
Yeah.
Again, like we were saying before, we talked exactly about this. Like, don't come after somebody you don't know. Doesn't matter if you don't know them. Just don't make them feel bad. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You got what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
We were talking about suicide earlier, and how one thing could affect somebody that could lead to something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're trying, us as a podcast, us as a group, we're trying to obviously
we're trying to spread out good positivity vibes.
Yeah,
you
man.
know. Like,
that's the whole point of this
us to
whole
do good
podcast,
vibes,
bro. If you guys want to know how this even originated, me, Jordy, and Anthony were fucking sitting down, all hanging out. I don't even know what the hell we were doing. We were probably playing Xbox. We were all hungry. Like, we were just chilling. They were like, we're about to leave in a few minutes. We're hungry. We're going to go home to eat. And I was like, all right. And I was going to go order me some food, take a shower, just chill out at night. But before they left, I was like, you know what we should do? We should start a podcast. And then ever since then, we kind of just like formulated this group and thought about what would be like the best personalities to click on this. And you know what I mean? Like there are other people that would be great on this podcast, but I feel like this is like the exact group. Like if I could formulate a perfect group for everybody to like mend together, this was it.
You got to keep in mind that everybody here right now, we're pretty diverse, you know.
Yeah.
You got somebody from the Middle East, you know, got a white kid, got a black kid, got like, you know, 3 Spanish kids, like, you know.
Yeah.
You got
two Dominicans and a German right there. Yeah, Jordy's, you know, a Nazi.
Germanican.
My boy Antonio, the Mexico.
Ya tú sabes que lo que orle, güey.
So like
we're diverse. We have different tastes.
But not only in diversity,
we all enjoy the same stuff. We all
yeah,
enjoy the same stuff, but we have different opinions on everything.
yeah,
Like for Ant, he has completely different opinions on music,
yeah.
and we do respect it. We respect it completely, but we have our own like opinions.
Yeah, and even I like rock and everything. I like different kinds of metal and everything. I don't like some of the stuff he listens to, but he doesn't like some of the stuff I listen to. It doesn't matter. But we all can share our opinions on here, and I feel like it's
this
definitely
entire podcast is just. There's a reason why we're called the Truth Boys.
Yeah.
We don't care what anybody says. We're just gonna tell you what's going on.
Yeah,
what we think, and that's it. Like,
just
be happy with what we're telling you. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, guys. You remember how we were talking about being we should all accept each other?
Yeah.
We're the perfect group for that because we're so diverse, and we still find a way to interact and to have a good friendship, have a good relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm.
All we need is an Asian motherfucker, and I mean, like, Savy's close enough to that.
Yeah. We need that, and we need a Russian.
Oh, yeah.
Where's that?
For the motherland.
Nori and Anson, where you at?
Right.
Nah, chill.
Everybody in the comments, everybody who's watching, we're also going to have guests from time to time also.
Yeah. We would look. It's not just gonna be like, hey, you're our friend. We need to have you on here. It's not just gonna work like that. I mean, yeah, it's not necessarily gonna work like that all the time.
We're gonna have some pretty
It's gonna be mainly like, look, if you really have
yeah.
something you can contribute, that'd be great. Like at the same time, we're gonna try to do everything with caution because I don't wanna have some let's say within our friend group and even some acquaintances we have. I don't wanna invite some of them to be on the show and then not others and have all this saltiness going on. At the same time,
a whole lot of like jealousy. It would just be
but then at the same time, people get jealous over every little fucking thing. And to be honest, there's people that can obviously contribute things that others can't, and that's fine. Yeah. But I mean, it's just as simple as it's going to be the most entertaining and valuable of knowledge and everything like that for this podcast.
Like,
so
I mean,
keep that in mind.
Everybody in this chat right here, like, we all know people that contribute something to something. So, like, say we want to talk about entrepreneurship. We know a bunch of people who are all up
If you want somebody to add a little bit of comedy up in this shit, like, you know, somebody for that. You want somebody.
We know people who are actually like in the music game. Like
shout out to my boy Rob. Rob, if you're watching.
Rob
Rubino.
Sadly, he couldn't be with us in the podcast because of things that are going on. But
you know, he's forever gonna be a part of the Truth Boys. You already know.
He'll definitely be I would definitely want him to be our first guest.
Oh yeah, like he was supposed to be like a member, so like
because
I'd like that.
His way of thinking is he thinks both sides.
Yeah.
You know,
Rob would definitely be a great addition to this.
The most neutral person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, definitely.
But so before we close this shit out, I would like to do one more topic, and that topic would be gaming. So this is something we can all fucking hop into.
I have a question for all of you.
All I want to say is, PS4 is better than Xbox. All right. Good night, everybody.
Listen. All I'm gonna say, the Nintendo Switch is better than both.
Kidding.
Definitely.
Look at Anthony's face.
The Nintendo Switch is 100% better. Easily.
The comments are gonna be raging right now. I can tell you this.
Really, guys.
All I'm saying is that PC.
Ooh, we got 11 watching now. Let's get it.
Listen.
All right. I'm gonna blow y'all mind. All I'm saying.
What's up with the
best
stream
console
health?
out of all them, the PlayStation 2.
See me, boss.
Right now.
Listen. The PS2 was pretty lit.
The PS2 was awesome. You can't even say nothing about that.
That's where I had all my like Tony Hawk games on and all that stuff. All right, like
Here comes the pain, SmackDown. WWE.
Oh yeah. WWE 07.
Yeah, 2007.
07 and 08 were easily the best ones, man.
Yeah, they were.
All right. This year's lineup of video games, though. What are your thoughts?
We should go by genre or type of video game.
All right, shooter. Destiny 2, Fortnite, COD World War 2, PUBG that recently came out. I don't know if I'm missing a couple. Warframe that started getting a build up this year too. Like they started getting even more big this year. Yeah, Destiny 2 I already brought up.
I personally think because I haven't played.
Overwatch 2. I mean, Overwatch has already been big, but like again, it's Overwatch. Like it's always gonna be up there.
Yo, who here has played Mario Odyssey? I haven't played it yet, and I heard it's amazing.
I have.
It's so beautiful.
In my opinion, I was gonna ask you guys what you all think the game of the year is, and in my opinion, Mario Odyssey is definitely game of the year. In my opinion,
I respect that, but Legend of Zelda easily for me. But you know, like Mario Odyssey could have been game of the year for me if my brother didn't lose it.
Damn.
I don't think I told you about it. Long story short, like my brother lost like majority of the games for the Switch because he brings it to work like every single day. But don't worry, I have 2K and FIFA to play.
yeah.
The 2 worst games.
I think in terms of sports games.
Sports game, NHL has been killing it when it comes to sports games.
Sports games, FIFA just recently came out, so it's tough to say FIFA. But FIFA.
No, all right. When it comes to money wise, FIFA gets the most money because of the packs. I know people spend a stupid amount of money on packs. Then right after that, I would give it to NHL. NHL has been killing it with their games.
And then racing games, it has to be top 3 in no particular order: Forza, Gran Turismo, Autosport or Sport, and Project Cars 2. I struggled with that. Anyways, how about first-person shooter?
All right.
Don't know.
I'll give it to World War II.
World War II was well made. I'm happy as hell that they went back to boots on ground.
I enjoyed it, but like the last last COD game that I could like really get into is definitely Black Ops 2, man. Like I could play World War II for a bit, and it's all right, but like it's definitely a lot better than the CODs have been recently. But
off topic, but real quick, I gotta show appreciation. The boy Awesome is doing Well, look at that. Look at that.
Oh, my boy Awesome killing it right now.
Look at that.
That is gains right there, bro.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Bro.
I didn't see.
My boy Awesome got gains, man.
Who's that?
How much is that? That's 4 plates? Yo, this man's
That was
really
like
did
5.
that with 4? Or 5? Savvy, how many
Bro, he
plates
did.
is that?
Awesome did wrestling last year. I don't know if he did.
Yeah, I
live
know he
streams
did.
off-
Yeah,
Oh, never mind.
he's a beast, man. Shout out to him, man. He's doing his thing. That man's is
Awesome is insane, bro.
weird. Nah, he's mad
Right.
chill though. I known him since like I think pre-K.
Yeah.
I known him.
I met him last year because of wrestling.
Yeah,
It
I
was,
known
like,
him since
super
pre-K,
chill.
bro. I
was
I
funny
met
as
him in Robinson School as a little kid, and we don't talk all the time, but he's definitely a bro.
Yeah.
Definitely my
No,
bro.
no,
But
Alright, fellas, it's 10:17 right now.
so
Very close on.
all right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess we could wrap this up before I end this stream. I just want to say, remember, keep it positive, keep it true, respect everybody. If there's one thing you
Peace,
can
love,
get out of this
positivity, you already
podcast,
know how it is.
hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's any constructive criticism you want to leave us, leave it in the comments on our Instagram. Please go to the description box right now. Follow our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages, as well as if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet.
If
do
anything, on the most recent post, each and every single one of us will just comment like, "Oh, this is our page right here. Come follow us."
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably put it in the
And, like-
description. If not, you guys can definitely do that without a
And-
doubt.
At a point, we will add a feedback post,
Yeah.
meaning
Yeah, I
any
could
kind of
probably just
criticism
do that
you have,
tonight on
anything that you
Instagram. I'll
think
probably
that
do that in
we
2
will
seconds.
Need to prove into.
Yeah.
Just put it in there. We'll always be looking at it. You always want to hear your opinions.
Yeah, I mean that's
Your
what it's all about. Cause hey, I'm open to any ideas. Like I just want the podcast is obviously it's run by us, but it's nothing if nobody's watching it. So I want it to be as great of an experience to watch and just as entertaining and just pleasurable to watch and enjoy it once a week and for it to be a great podcast. So if you can please share this channel with as many people as you can. Just keep pushing it every day as much as you want with your friends,
Remember,
your family, whoever.
Every Thursday, 7 p.m.
To 10
on
p.m.
the dot. Well,
Yeah.
it'll actually be 7 p.m.
Yeah,
on the dot.
yeah.
Next time.
Nah, today
Oh,
we were on since like 6 something. We were communicating since like 5, but eventually we all got on Skype around 6. We were trying to get everything put together, but it took a couple extra minutes.
This entire stream right here was basically our test run.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean it did go pretty.
Yeah.
It went pretty well though. I'm not gonna lie.
It went good.
Again, like maybe in the future we're gonna have to discuss this, but maybe in the future to change things up, we might meet up somewhere to have the podcast. You know what I mean?
I mean that may be
Like,
in the future, but I
To
don't
where
know
we're
how
all
often
like
we would do
sitting
that.
as a group talking.
Yeah. I mean
That'll
that's
be in
not
the
a bad
future, though.
idea.
I can always get that
Like we
set
could
up.
even rent out like a nice space and everything for like a few hours and we could do it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be dope. Like just have this crazy ass setup. We can eventually upgrade to that. But yeah, I just want to say thank you for all of you who have tuned in for spending this time watching us, or even if
All
you're
of
doing
the
something
shows
else.
like crazy, all right.
Yeah, and make sure if you haven't liked the video yet, make sure you like it right now. Subscribe. Leave some more comments. I don't know, any words of wisdom, any positivity, any bullshit you want to put in there. As long as it's not spewing hate, put it up in there. Let us know what you thought about the topic.
Just getting rid of it, all right.
Yeah, just let it.
Yeah.
You're getting blocked off the.
Not
off the
accept
block.
hate.
Yeah.
And
Another
one thing
Go ahead.
I hope, or at least I'm speaking as the podcast itself, as all of us. We hope that anything what we said, although we are the Truth Boys, hopefully you could look in our perspective of how we look at things.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
And
just
also,
try to.
don't let our opinions influence you.
Yeah.
Make your own opinion. Don't let us be like the decider for what
Mhm.
you think.
Right.
We're just telling you guys what we think.
Essentially,
That's
just take everything with a grain of salt. But
it.
yeah, man. So once again, before I get off of here, I just want to quickly, like, if you guys all want to just do one more run through of like your social media, just in case anybody didn't see it before or they didn't do it and they want to do it now. I'm gonna go ahead and take this opportunity because fuck it, especially I need it right now for my acting class that I'm trying to start. Look, if you're trying to, if you know anybody that's interested, or you yourself, you want to start learning how to act, I've been to a couple workshops, a lot of different schools that I've had to save a while to go, save a good amount of money to be able to go to. I'm giving it for only $15 per class. If you're able to save that and go, I just spoke to this guy today that owns a yoga space, and he has a good amount of time that he doesn't actually do, classes for his personal clients or even just like group classes. So he's gonna let me know the times and the days. As far as we know right now, most likely it'll be Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. The times I'm not 100% sure about, but it's definitely gonna have to be at least $15 because I'm trying to make a decent profit at least out of this, and it's also that way it could go towards me joining the SAG-AFTRA and a step closer to my dream. So if you want to help me, support me, please go to my Instagram account. I think it's on Truth Boiz, and it's on my regular personal Instagram account. You can screenshot it, repost it, and it'll definitely be a big boost to help me, achieve what I want to achieve.
Definitely.
So
one of the things this podcast or this channel is also about that I would like to say is that we want people to grow.
Yeah.
In terms of we want people to be successful, not just ourselves, but whoever's watching. We'll help you guys out, like Tony's doing. Like Tony is he's literally giving back. He's taking what he learned and teaching other people.
Yeah, for just a really cheap price, and it's convenient in this town. So
exactly.
Yeah.
And I'll personally try to be taking those classes because that's pretty cool.
Hey, let's get it. John said he's gonna take the classes. So you two nibbas can be like, you can be the first two guys right in there.
And for me, guys, like I said earlier, I want to get into modeling. If anything, if you guys got any hookups or anything, or take pictures, or are photographers that would like to take pictures of me or on photo shoots, that would be great. That would be great for my portfolio that I want to build. And I'm working on a brand. It's in the process of being made. It's called
Grind Gear. Hey.
With me and Hamza and our boy Mike, and that'll be coming out soon.
Remember, everybody, it's gym wear too, so stay up there.
One of those designers right here.
Victor is one of our main designers. And speaking of brands, I also have another brand with my boy Mike. It's called Bank Over Everything. It's streetwear, so if you guys are interested in that, let people know about it. We'll be on the come up. Give it at least a month or two, and that's all. Remember, I'm a filmmaker too, so if you need videos made or edited, anything like that, just let me know. Simple as that.
Right.
So peace, love, sensitivity, and anybody else, Savy, Vic, and you guys are.
All right. So we got Victor. He's the game designer. You said your piece, as well as Jordy. I said my piece. Let's get Savy in here, and I also want Anthony to say his part too. Everybody else talk.
Yeah. So. All right. All I gotta say is, if you stuck through all the way to the end, you were a real one. I appreciate you. Thanks for the love and positivity. First time doing this, not bad. We got I think about 20 people in here at one point.
Yeah.
Had them all throughout. This is 3 hours, so I know it was long.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Wow.
At least we kept it interesting enough that at least 7 people are left.
Yeah.
Nah, but even the ones who couldn't stick around the whole time, but they
came back. Yeah, they came back. People came back too.
Thank you so much for giving us spending time with us, basically.
Yeah, it's so difficult to get people's attention spans these days, and the fact that you could stay here for hours, even if you're doing something and just listening to it, that's dope. So I mean,
with a podcast, you don't have to be watching; you can just listen to it.
Right.
Yeah. But thank you guys so much for. If you subscribe, thank you so much, and please do subscribe, like Tony said earlier.
Hit us up with that like too.
Like button.
Anthony, you got anything to say?
Thanks for staying in the podcast for the 3 hours. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Eventually, as it goes on, we will get better. We will have new topics, try to do more exciting things. I don't know, maybe do
better quality too. Better quality.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Over time, we'll be upgrading.
games or something to try to spice up, make it a little fun. I don't know. We'll try to figure some shit out.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things we.
No, yeah, we're
probably,
for sure. We're gonna be doing. We could even do reactions to videos. We could do gaming. We could do fucking.
Yeah, we can do whatever.
We can tell personal stories. We can watch horror films and shit together and fucking I don't know. We'll do all sorts of crazy shit. We'll change it up every week. Trust me.
Maybe we'll do a live stream of a video game. Let's say like GTA or whatever.
Yeah, we'll just dick around on there and just do stupid things for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gaming channel, King Nothing Productions. That's my YouTube. If you guys want to check that out.
You could just click on his comments because I saw Anthony commenting on there.
I think I have my own YouTube like going up too. I don't think I have it like all set up.
I have my own YouTube channel, which I don't always post on there, but I may start trying to get back on there. I essentially
I've been trying to get back on my grind too with it too, so I can build up that portfolio.
I essentially just do acting stuff, as you can see. I just post like monologues of me, doing all these different scenes from movies and TV shows and stuff like that. So you know,
stuff that I posted. I have like 3 videos. One of them was like a little jump cut. Another was actually like I don't know if you
got that beach vlog.
Like
right?
one of them was it was the vlog. Me, Tony, and Victor were in it. In that app commercial and stuff like that. What happened?
So what happened to that channel?
I mean, I'm still doing stuff with it. It's just that like it's been 2 months since I posted, and like because I've had nothing to post. That's like,
you should post some of like the commercials or maybe collections of like the pictures you take with like when you go and you take pictures with like Steven, Vic, and Julian and stuff like that. Like you could post like a gallery of all those together. Like that'd be dope.
I'm probably gonna do it one day, like a portfolio of like all my like. Vic, what are you trying to do? All right, guys. All right. We've been rambling on for way too much.
Yeah, we have.
All right. So, all right, guys.
Where we say our goodbyes.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, I guess that's it, right?
Yeah, if any of you guys want to, if you guys want to hit us up, once again, give us constructive criticism. That is 100% welcome and encouraged. I hope you all have a good night. Sweet dreams, motherfuckers. And we will see you all, probably half of you in school tomorrow, and the rest of you are too tired to go because fucking Christmas is right here. But if anything, happy holidays to all of you. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I hope you guys have a safe and happy holidays, like Tony said.
Yeah. Because next time
have a
we
Merry
see
Easter, honestly.
Just again, one of the things I want to spread is if you see somebody having a bad day, if you see somebody sad, try to cheer them up. Come on.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, guys.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. We still. Now we've gone down to 6, but the fact that there's still 6 of you in here, that's pretty dope. With as much as we've been rambling, that's
oh my god.
At the end. But it was definitely a fun podcast. Definitely a fun podcast. We have a shitload of topics. Give us even more. We're always open. If we have 10,000 topics, I'm open to 100 billion more topics. So keep suggesting stuff, and I hope you all have a good night. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to follow all of our social media and personal ones, and I will see you guys next Thursday at 7 p.m. on the dot next time.
And remember, I'm Jordy.
No, it's ending. No.